What's good, family? What's good? What's good? Man, y'all thought we were playing, man. When we said football is back, football is definitely back. Welcome to another Southern Baller Show. Of course, I am Jared O11 Green. And of course, I have my co-host with me, Coach 67 Sports TV and JB. So first, Coach, how you doing today?
I'm blessed and highly favored. Definitely had a football action packed Labor Day weekend. Loving it. I'm blessed and highly favored. How y'all gentlemen doing this afternoon?
Man, we can't
We
complain,
blessed,
man.
man.
We cannot complain. And JB, what's going on, brother?
Hey, man, like you said, man, I'm blessed. And like Coach said, Labor Day weekend is full of um, college football action, man. I'm ready to talk about it and chop it up with y'all fellas.
Okay. Absolutely, man. We had some good football going on. Had some upsets. It seems like those dominant teams that we are known to be dominant. It seems like that they're not dominant anymore. But we gonna talk about it, man. Shout out to Big Joe Townsend. Big Joe. I know you're gonna still be listening. But he got to take care of some family situations. So usually he'll join us. He probably will join us if he can. But either way, I appreciate that, brother. Same thing with Brent Fox, man. Jay Good, all those brothers, man. We appreciate y'all for always supporting in the background. Um, but man, let's get started, man. Let's go over some of the scores, man. And please let me know if you can hear me. Let's go ahead and get HBCU out the way, Coach. So week one. So we had a Thursday game. We had Delaware and versus Delaware State. 35 Delaware Blue Hens beat Deshaun Jackson and his Delaware State Hornets 35-17. Townsend beat Norfolk State. Michael Vick and his Norfolk State Spartans 27-7. Northwestern State broke their losing streak against Alcorn State, 2010. UAB barely beat Alabama State. It was very, very close game. UAB ended up beating Alabama State 52-42. FIU ended up beating Bethune-Cookman 42-9 on Friday. Now, going into yesterday's games, Jackson State beat Hampton 28-14. Was a very close game until the fourth quarter. Howard ended up beating Florida A&M by 1 point. Howard beat Florida A&M 10-9. Arkansas, which we knew Alabama A&M didn't have a chance, but Arkansas beat up on Alabama A&M 52-7. Tennessee State ended up beating North Carolina A&T 24-21. Southern barely beat Mississippi Valley State 34-29. South Carolina State beat Wofford 16-15. Very good. New Hampshire beat North Carolina Central 27-10. South Alabama barely beat Morgan State 38-21. Very close game until the end. Texas Tech, which we knew they were going to beat up on those Golden Lions. They beat Pine Bluff 67-7. Grambling beat up on Division II school Langston 55-7. Prairie View A&M beat Texas Southern 22-21, which I predicted they were going to win. So that's a win. First time in Division One, FCS that is, for Tremaine Jackson. So very good for Prairie View A&M. Coach, what's your thoughts on some of the games, man?
Well, in terms of Tennessee State, Kendrick Grimes had a big game. Not shocked by that. He should have got more touches last year at Southern, but That's a mark for it to get you as far as I'm concerned. In addition to that, the game of the week that you and I talked about,
Hmm.
Prairie View, sometimes better be lucky than good. They got I felt like it was they had some luck on their side. They ended up beating Texas Southern. I picked Texas Southern. Texas Southern could have held on, but couldn't really quite pull it out. So Prairie View got the win. Uh, you and I both picked Grambling. Grambling, they did what they did. Uh, you and I both picked Southern to win a close game, and they struggled against Valley. But I think
Yeah.
the big talk, the swag is Jackson State fans are just enamored and thrilled that they beat that they beat Hampton, and basically it was like Hampton would have beat every other team in the SWAC. I'm like, well, first of all, pump your brakes because I don't think they would have beat Alabama State as far as I'm concerned.
No,
And for people to be bragging like,
I don't think so.
yeah, yeah, for them to be bragging like, yeah, Jackson State is, the team to beat, whoop the whoop the woo, they're the cream of the crop, and yada yada yada. I'm not gonna lie, I think Alabama State, even though they're coming to AW Saturday, I think they're the most impressive opening week. But in terms of, Hampton beating every other team in the SWAC, they only won 2 games last year. So like, how could they be like this world beater? Jackson State fans making them sound out to be, but they they only won 2 games. So I mean, they can't be everything everybody say they are. You know what I'm saying? As far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I agree, man. What we were talking about on the HBCU fanatics came out to be true. Uh, Morgan is still he had a very shaky game. But they running back spelled him out. On top of definitely Hamid Miller. He was toting that thing. Um, and then the short one, number 30, Matthews. Those two backs basically was able to um, get them out of tough situations with Hampton. Hampton defense was coming, uh, blitzing, but they couldn't stop that the running attack for Jackson State. So that, like I said, Coach, you remember me saying, all Jackson State has to do is have Jacorian Morgan just be a competent quarterback. Keep it simple. If you try to have him act like a Bruce Eugene or a Devontae Kincaid, he gonna end up throwing interceptions. Just keep it simple, simple routes, and hand the ball off to those great running backs you got, and they'll be all right.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't like all the gloat Jackson State fans doing. I mean, some of them was like, "Man, coach, you hating?" No, I ain't hating. I'm just being honest. Like, if they're going to have a great season, cool. But for you to act like they are world and they this and this and that, it's just week one. So let's let the season play out.
Yeah, I hear you, but like I said, as long as that Jacorian Morgan don't act like he that's coming to Steve McNair, he'll be all right. Just
He
keep it
is not.
simple.
Well, yeah, by no stretch of the imagination is he Robert Superman Kent, or
Right.
Tavares Jackson, or one of them type of cats. But hey, you let Jackson State fans tell it. It don't matter. Jackson State still, Jackson State and whoop the woo. So of course, we had a great deal of discussion in my post game reaction. But I mean, it is what it is.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We gonna definitely save some of the a lot of the bulk of the HBCU talk for HBCU fanatics.
Without question.
Absolutely. But yeah, just want to go over the scores before we go into the main topics. Uh, salute to you, Coach, for saluting to us early. Jay Barr says salute to the family in chat. What's good, Jared, Coach 67, and JB? Salute to the family. Jay Barr said Arch Manning, Heisman candidate. Heck no, but we gonna cook on it. Brother Brent Fox in the building. He said salute brothers moving and grooving, but I'll be on as soon as I can. We appreciate you, man. Hop on whenever you free. We got a lot to talk about today. No worries, no worries, no worries. Uh, but let's go into the PWI or the FBS scores, Coach. Um, so Today we got Virginia Tech in South Carolina. Right now, South Carolina is leading Virginia Tech 10-5. And then at 6:30 Central Standard Time, we got Miami going against Notre Dame. And then tomorrow we got my Tar Heels going against TCU. So we're going to definitely see if uh, Belichick uh, can work his magic in the college football side of the game. So this is definitely going to be interesting. Uh, Yesterday, no, excuse me. I'm sorry. Let me pump my brakes. So let me go over to week. Okay, here we go. So Friday we had Western Illinois going against Illinois. They beat Western Illinois 52-3. Tarleton State upset Army uh, in two overtime game, double overtime game, 30-27. And then I don't feel good about that, coach, because Mississippi Valley playing Tarleton State next game.
Yeah, I kind of caught my eye, so that's gonna be interesting right there.
Yeah, that might be a tough game for Valley. Uh, Bethune-Cookman, as I said, lost to Florida International University 42-9. Appalachian State going into the Sun Belt beat Charlotte 34-11. Western Michigan lost to Michigan State 23-6. Kennesaw State lost to Wake Forest 10-9, very close game, but Wake Forest won. Kansas Jayhawks beat Wagner 46-7. Georgia Tech, which we're going to talk about, beat Colorado 27-20. Auburn beat Baylor 38-24. UNLV beat Sam Houston 38-21. Central Michigan barely beat San Jose State 16-14. Shout out to Big Joe. He was at that game. And then Saturday, we had, of course, Ohio State beating Texas, Arch Manning and those Texas Longhorns 14-7. Penn State beat Nevada 46-11. Clemson lost to LSU 17-10. Georgia beat Marshall 45-7. Oregon beat up on Montana State, FCS powerhouse 59-13. Florida State beat Alabama 31-17. I want to stop here, man. Going with you, JB. What was your reaction when Florida State beat Alabama?
I wasn't surprised. I mean, this is a transfer portal type of generation now. So based on how you recruit and you recruit in the portal, you can be trash one year and be um, a pretty good team next year. Uh, Florida State went in the transfer portal and got their quarterback Tommy. I can't pronounce his last name. Um,
Castanodos or
he
something like
played.
that.
Yeah, he played at Boston College. He was a problem at Boston College. Anybody that watched ACC football, he's a real deal. He's a true dual threat. He's very fast, pretty good arm. Um, of course, he transferred because he didn't like Bill O'Brien's system. Go figure, Bill O'Brien, um, disregarding good players like he did in the NFL. So that's not a surprise. But as far as the game, um, I mean, that's what we've been saying here, man, with the transfer portal. Bama is not that team anymore that people fear. Bama don't have all the recruits. They got a good defense, but I don't think with the coach they got old boy that Trent came over from Washington.
Hmm.
Um, I don't think his play style fit what Nick Saban um rooted in Alabama. No hard nose, you know what I'm saying, hitting people in the mouth, blowing people out, dominate. You know what I'm saying? That this coach had that one good season um at Washington, when Michael Penix was, their quarterback. Then he left Washington high and dry and, hopped on Bama. I thought he was just gonna get a. I think he was gonna get an easy championship with Jalen Milroe and the rest of them boys, and that did not happen.
You saying that's
So
what he thought?
now that's what he thought. That's what he thought that um, he was going to get a easy championship with Bama, but now I think Ocho Cinco said it last night on the Club Shay Shay or the Nightcap show.
Hmm.
And what we've been saying here at the Southern Baller Show, these coaches gonna have to coach now.
Mm.
Okay, you got all the 5-star receivers. You got all the good old linemen and D linemen. Now your ass really gonna have to coach X's and O's, and a lot of people is being exposed. Now this is week one. You're not tripping. This is week one. There's gonna be some upsets like it is every year. Um, Teams are kind of rusty. Um, the defense right now is probably a little bit ahead of the offense. Once teams are get synced in after a couple of practice, a couple of weeks, you're gonna start seeing teams playing better. But Bama got a lot of work to do. They couldn't stop the run. They couldn't stop especially the running quarterbacks. So any team with a running quarterback for Bama is going to give them issues. Um, but I'm gonna be interested to see how Florida State does. Was this just a Cinderella moment? Was this just a hype job moment where they wanted to prove everybody wrong since they came off of that 2-10 season? We will see. But I enjoyed the game, and I'm happy for Florida State.
Okay, and I'm gonna go back to you because you basically opened up the question. One of our topics is heck. We might as well since you brought it up. Um, does anybody do you think the fear of Bama's program prestige is dead now?
Yes, I think I think a lot of a lot of teams gonna be like, especially I hear this thing about the SEC, right?
Hmm.
Some SEC teams are gonna be good. They're gonna compete because they have money, right? Teams like Clemson or coaches that don't want to spend money on players, they want to do the old fashioned way. They may be good, but they're not going. Teams with better athletes on the field, they're going to get beat. Kind of like what we saw with Clemson and Clemson and who did Clemson
LSU.
play yesterday?
LSU.
LSU.
LSU,
LSU
yep.
just LSU just had more dogs on the field, and Clemson is a good team. You can say they matched, but people keep telling Dabo Swinney you need to pay some of these players, but he want to do it the old fashioned way, and if that works for his program, but Clemson, their fans want championships. You know what I'm saying? And you can't keep losing to LSU and teams that are that have championship pedigree. But as for Bama, I don't think old boy gonna be there long. The coach of Bama, because I don't think he fit what Bama is known for. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, Bama look kind of soft too on that D line too. They kind of look like what Colorado did a couple years ago, and on Thursday. So So I don't think teams, for especially looking at the first game, they're not going to be scared of Bama. When you see Bama on your schedule, every game for Bama is going to be a bowl game until
Mm.
Bama fix their issues.
So you think they're the new Miami now? Meaning, like, hey, you know how over in the past years, back in the gap where Miami had them dominant teams, the 2000 teams, and especially 2001 squad when they, was dominant. But once they started losing their scholarships and everything, nobody really was scared of them. So now they back in, as bottom feeders like they were in the 70s. Um,
I don't know. I don't know if they're going to fall off like that because
okay.
Bama was. I mean, Miami was just getting relevant, actually being a pretty good squad a couple
In
of
the
years ago.
80s. Yeah, okay.
You know what I'm saying? A couple of years ago.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But Bama, I think those boosters and how Bama spend money, they're going to get the right coach in there.
Okay. Okay, so this is just like an off year. Okay, same question for you, coach. Do you think teams no longer fear the program prestige of Bama?
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna go with a few different reasons. I think JB he did an excellent job of cooking and he made some great points. But I think with the NIL, it has balanced and leveled the playing field. See, prior to the NIL, teams like Bama had a ridiculous competitive advantage, and the deck was stacked in Bama's favor before. However, with NIL and transfer portal, like those two components, it really kind of balanced and it leveled the playing field. And even if you look at like professional sports where you have a salary cap, because some people basically saying like, hey, if you got the most money to throw at it, then you should have the most success. But that doesn't always equate because you can look at the NFL, you can look at Major League Baseball, because even if you look at it like Major League Baseball, there is no salary cap, so you could throw as much money at it as you want. The teams that spend the most money, usually the teams that have the most success, don't even spend the most money. So, I mean, don't get me wrong, there's a money component to it, but like y'all said, you have to have good coaches, but more than anything, you have to have excellent recruiting. Just to kind of point at Florida State. Florida State last year, they only won 2 games. So if I'm Florida State fans, I wouldn't jump out the window after yesterday. However, I heard coming into the season that, they went out there in the NIL and they spent a bag. But clearly they picked the right players. So whoever the recruiting coordinator is and they scout department or whatever the case may be, they went pick the right players because I'm not gonna lie, that quarterback ran all over Alabama defense. And the running back, he played well too. So I think when you add in the fact that nowadays teams, if you got a big enough bag and you got like the right recruit department and you got the right recruiting coordinator and they can evaluate talent and you got the money to get the players in, then guess what? You can have a turnaround from the beginning last season to the beginning of this season, the way Florida State has. But at the end of the day, I think the coaching component of it is another component. I kind of got that feel from watching them against Florida State yesterday. At one point, when Bobby Bowden was at the top of his game, like Florida State was you smack up SEC teams, and it got to a point when SEC became a dominant powerhouse. It was like, all right, now SEC smacking up on Florida State, just smacking up on most of college football in general. Alabama kind of feels like a Pac-12 team right now, and I think having a Pac-12 coach, that's what you get. So honestly, I think he's a decent coach, but I think he probably more of a West Coast style coach, Pac-10, Pac-12 type coach. I don't know if he really cut out for the SEC. They don't feel like an SEC team in my personal opinion.
Agreed.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I know they're not gonna go back to what they were like 15 years ago, where you line up in an eye, punch teams in the mouth, and run a 3-4 defense with, you know, three ginormous slob hogs in the middle, and four linebackers. That day is gone. Like that day is not coming back. However, they still don't, even with the spread, they still don't have the physicality of the SEC team, and they don't fit the prototype of a normal Bama team. You know what I'm saying? And that's all I'm saying. I mean, I think me and Jay Good was talking about this behind the scenes. Shout out to him. We were saying how we can't stand this era because I know, like in the late '90s when I played at Assumption and Brad Hill was a junior and Brandon Jacobs was a freshman. Like as a team, we wanted to line up in the eye, we want to punch you in the mouth, run a lot of ISO lead, run whams, that type of thing. Defensively, we want to run a 50, and we want to get after you, whether you was running or passing. But nowadays, with the spread, it's like everybody runs spread. And truthfully speaking, I think if you had a team that had a good quarterback that's dual threat, that's a good pocket passer, you got a big fullback. The fullback is obsolete in 2025. But if you had a guy that could block and that could catch, you had a good physical running back, you had two good receivers and a good tight end, I think you could line up in the eye and be effective. And when
Mm,
necessary, you could go to the spread. And then even defensively, I think, you got to have uh, my prototype. I always used to like to run a 4-3 or four-man front. Even if, like, we're going to use Madden, for example. I wanted two, like, bookends, like maybe Dwight Freeney, like Freeney and Mathis, and maybe like two slop hogs in the middle, like maybe Sam Adams and Tony Saragusa, maybe Norman Hain and Grady Jackson. Just two big space eaters. And then, two athletic guys on the next level from sideline to sideline, two lockdown corners and two versatile safeties that could cover or, play center field or hop in the box if need be. But nowadays, you need guys that can stay on the field for all four downs, and basically it's like, like JB was saying, it's like, you gotta have some dogs. Cause watching LSU last night, watching Perk 40, like Harold Perkins just was doing his thing in weeks. And I'm not gonna lie, LSU, they're another team. They upgraded so much in terms of their defense. They got more like I know Harold Perkins, he was out for a good portion of the season last year. I think he got hurt within 4 games, and he back healthy now. And you got Weeks, but in terms of their secondary and just the athletes up front, man, they made a quantum leap.
they
So at the
did.
end of the day, I think the transfer portal and the NIL, like it has shifted the dynamic and the power structure in terms of college football. Don't get me wrong. I think JB was right. I think a team like Alabama, they're not gonna completely fall off. They're gonna be relevant, but they're not gonna have that assertive dominance that they once had maybe about 10 years ago.
I agree. I definitely agree, man. And salute to Sister Shawala. Yeah, she said JG, Coach JB in the chat. Salute,
Man,
sister.
salute to your beloved queen.
And we appreciate you for having that fight with Albert Bell on live for the ones who didn't know where to go, which Junior the Truth on his show made it clear where to go. But we appreciate you for in the kindness of your heart showing the show live. So we appreciate you, sister, and all them brothers on there giving their commentary. Um, Jada 6 says salutations, brothers. Salute, brother.
Man,
Always
salute,
support.
salute.
And oh Lord, Mr. Shelton, Brock, MF, and Purdy.
Tell Brock,
This
tell Mr. Shelton we're gonna see what Brock Purdy made of start next weekend. You know what I'm saying?
we sure will. We talking this dude crazy. Yeah, we ain't talking HB. Well, we talk. You missed the HBCU talk. We missed the HBCU talk. No problem, Sister Shawala, y'all. Uh, but yeah, I definitely agree. I definitely agree with you, brothers, man. And just want to finish the recap of the scores real fast so we can move on. Because I don't want to get to that Arch Manning question. Arizona State beat Northern Arizona 38-19. Michigan beat up on New Mexico 34-17. Florida beat Long Island University. I didn't even know there was a school such a name. 55-0. SMU beat up on East Texas A&M 42-13. Kansas State almost lost to North Dakota, man, but they end up winning 38-35. The North Dakota schools are tough. Can't sleep on them. Oklahoma beat up on Illinois State 35-3. Texas A&M uh, beat University of Texas San Antonio 42-24. Indiana beat Old Dominion 27-14. Ole Miss beat up on Georgia State 63-7. Iowa State beat South Dakota 55-7. And unfortunately, Texas Tech beat up on Pine Bluff 67-7. And Tennessee State beat up on Syracuse 45-26. Uh, I'm not gonna read all this, y'all. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Not gonna read all this. Let's if y'all want to see the scores and everything, you can Google it, and of course you can go to NCAA.com to see your team. Salute Blackwater Bayou. Salute chat.
Man, salute to you, bro.
Will Wallace said Valley let me down. Oh, here you go. Yeah, Will Hampton, we supposed to beat y'all since they the Whites Valley. Y'all crazy, man. But let's move on. Coach JB, I'm going straight to you. Is Arch Manning overrated?
Yeah, as of what they hyped him to be, he is overrated. I think um, the play style or the playbook they opened up for him or they tried to run with him is he's not there yet. Just to be throwing the ball over the field. Uh, Texas just need to establish a running game, and but damn, but to be honest with you, he was missing easy throws. You know what I'm saying? Like to the
Yeah.
flat. No 5 yard hit you curl. He was skipping rocks. So I mean, Arch got a lot of work to do, and he got some legs too. So they need to. Texas just need to implement a running game, use some read option, RPO, get them linebackers out their spot so he can have a bigger window. Because he's not that QB they tried to hype where he just throwing the ball over the field yet. He's not there yet.
Yeah, I said that on 503 show yesterday with Coach and I, Junior the Truth. Shout out to them brothers, man. Shout out to 503 Line for having me on his panel. But yeah, I definitely agree. Exactly, Adrian Cook. He said we seen a lot of overrated quarterbacks yesterday. Yeah, a lot was exposed yesterday.
Ooh, you got teams in the NFL talking about they're not gonna win on purpose just to draft some of these dudes, and you possibly got a competent quarterback on your roster you're not developing. It shows. It shows a lot about these owners and some of these general managers, man. Why these some of these football teams ain't successful.
Mm,
Just saying, none of the elite quarterbacks look good. Now I haven't seen that Beck boy play yet. The transfer from Georgia to Miami. I haven't seen him play yet, but these and my boy I'm rooting for. Lenoris Sellers, he's having a shaky game right now against Virginia Tech. You know what I'm saying? So none of these so-called top QBs are looking good, and you got teams talking about tanking to draft some of these dudes. They all
Yeah, Jada Six. California's quarterback does look good. Saga Polati whatever his name is. He looks good. What up, Jada Six? He said, "What up, fellas?" I said Jada Six. What up, Big Reg? Host of Big Boy Talk, another dope content creator. Please support this brother. Yeah, man. I agree, JB. I definitely agree. I definitely agree. So a lot of these quarterbacks did not have a good showing game one, but it is week one. It is week one, so we gonna see in a couple of games if they really if it was just a fluke first game
they
jitters or
got
they really
jetted.
that gone.
Yeah, I was
They
just gonna
really
say
ain't that
that
good.
first
What
game jitters.
coach? What are your thoughts? Is Arch Manning overrated?
Based on what I saw, he is. I mean, truthfully speaking, I think he's a good quarterback, but I think they overhyped him for one. They gave him a ridiculous amount of NIL money. But more than anything, I think Steve Sarkisian, I think he should have opened up the playbook earlier. I think they was kind of a little bit conservative early. He was Charlie check down at first. Then they got to like, especially like in like the second half, definitely in the fourth quarter. I felt like he was forcing stuff, and like JP was saying, like he was missing like I'll give you an example. I think it might have been fourth down, right? It was like 4-3 or whatever. It was later in the game. No, it's third down. It turned into fourth down after he missed this. They had a wide receiver running right at the first down marker, running a crossing route, and he just trying to throw it so damn hard. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Not only that, but look like you know, Adrian Cook was talking about this like last week when Southern went from like playing like fireman or like cover three. Sometimes when you're looking at it on TV and you don't have the coach's view, it's harder to tell. When you got the coach's view, everything easier to see. But from the looks of things, that running back in the flash was open, but he tried to hit the crossing route and he just threw it too damn hard. So I'm like, man, what are you doing? So at the end of the day, bro, I'm not gonna lie. I think he's a talented quarterback. I think he's overhyped. I think he overpaid. I think he underperformed. But when they play against, you know, not to knock Big Joe team, when you play against San Jose State and UTEP and all of those teams, oh yeah, you're gonna look good. But when it's time for you to play against the University of Florida, when it's time for you to play against, the big dogs, the heavyweights, let's see how you rebound because we know he gonna go on a little bit of a run where he playing against some lesser competition and he gonna look strong. But what are you gonna do when he jump back up to the big dogs? That's gonna be the question.
That's true. And salute to my brother Brent Fox, aka Mr. I-45, able to join us, man. What's going on, bro?
Man,
Hey,
salute, brother
salute,
Brent.
brothers, salute, brothers.
Yes,
What's
sir.
up,
Yes, sir.
Lieutenant?
What's happening, Coach JB? Y'all doing all right?
Blessed and highly favored, bro.
All right, all right.
Can't com- can't complain. But since you on, let me hit you with a couple of questions. All
Mm-hmm.
right. So first, first question we asked. I already asked the brothers already on the panel. Uh, do you feel like the fear of Bama's program prestige is over since they was upset it?
Not quite yet. They did not look good yesterday, but nah, I don't think that we should overreact to that. Now if they continue to look bad, give it about I say probably give it about 3 more weeks. If they continue to look bad, then my answer is probably gonna change. But yeah, this is just the first week out. most of the time these teams aren't developed anyway. And given you give them like a few weeks, weeks 3 and 4, they start to develop in who they really are. So once they have that time to actually develop or get closer to developing, then I can have like an accurate answer for you. But for right now, no, I'm not going to overreact to it. Now they don't look good, but yeah, I'll give them some time to develop, and if they don't, then my answer is going to change.
Okay, okay. Now I will say this: if Florida State, um, after they beat Bama and they're struggling with teams in the ACC,
Mm-hmm.
then yeah, so Bama gonna have a long season.
Yeah.
Definitely, definitely. Um, Another question I'm gonna ask you to get you caught up is Arch Manning overrated?
It would appear that way right now, but it kind of goes back to my other answer. And then Coach actually touched on this pretty well too. Yes, within the next few weeks, he's probably going to have highlight film material and all of that because he's playing lesser than schools. But you know, if we're thinking about it in a positive aspect, then the silver lining is maybe he'll build up enough confidence to actually play well against his SEC mate schools or in his division. But we'll have to see. But for right now, unfortunately, the answer is yes, he is overrated. I want to touch on that just a little bit, man. I'm not going to be too long-winded about it.
Go ahead.
Um, because of his performance yesterday against Ohio State, of course, I think and deservedly so. He deserves all the criticism that comes along with it. But I think in order for the University of Texas to be successful, and that's what my main concern is, I want Texas to be successful. So if that involves Arch Manning being successful as a side effect, okay, fine. But I think that Sarkisian needs to actually have a system set up to where Arch Manning can actually get the ball out of his hands very quickly to kind of build up rhythm and timing. And then, you can take an occasional deep shot or two on early downs, like first down or maybe second and short or something like that. But it for right now, it is very clear that you do not want to heap the team on Arch Manning's shoulders for right now. They ran the ball pretty good. Yesterday, so maybe they could try to lean more into that as a season actually progresses. But for right now, I am not going to ask Arch Manning to put his cape on or whatever to save the team. That's just not logical right now.
Okay.
Perfectly said.
I hear you, but I'm gonna interject this. I'm gonna say he's overrated because the hype that went in before the season,
Mm-hmm.
um, people have went as far as saying that the Browns is gonna hold on to Shador Sanders and tank the season so they can get Arch Manning. People have said this on shows and content creator shows and everything, and even hearing people say he's better than Shador Sanders. I didn't see that yesterday.
I didn't either.
And another thing, should both Arch Manning and Caden Salter showed how good Shador Sanders actually is just by their performances yesterday. Does anybody disagree? Am I laying it on too thick?
No, and as I mentioned earlier, yeah, deservedly so. He deserves the criticism that he's receiving now because of the hype. Um, and then also more importantly, for right now, I think that Sarkisian needs to actually implement a more balanced plan to where the ball comes out of Arch's hands fairly quickly. Like we can't ask him to like carry the team. That's a disaster waiting to happen at this point. Until he actually shows like some significant improvement in his game, we need to make sure that we're able to effectively run the ball. And then if we're passing, we need to make sure that we get the ball out of Arch Manning's hands as fast as possible. I'm more concerned about the University of Texas than I am Arch Manning. Um,
Mm.
I just want the program to be successful. I mean, if Arch Manning has to be successful in order for that to happen, so be it. But I want UT to be successful.
Okay, I hear you. I hear you. Y'all don't look bad. Y'all don't look bad. Y'all definitely look like a competitive team. Um, but
Especially defensively, they look very good.
Yes, they
absolutely,
Defensively.
did.
absolutely. It's just that consistency at quarterback is the issue. For what I'm seeing, for right now,
Hmm.
anyway. Like you said, uh, but I stand on what I said. Arch Manning is overrated. But
I agree.
not saying he's not going to be the good quarterback, but just what the standards they tried to raise him up against is he's not beating it. Okay, moving on. Next topic, fellas. Will Colorado's coaching be their downfall? Uh, did anybody see the Colorado and Georgia Tech game? Everybody saw that, right? Everybody saw the game, right?
I didn't see it in its entirety, but I did see the game.
Okay.
Because if I'm not mistaken, I think me and you was doing HBCU Fanatics at that time, if I'm not mistaken. I was doing something. I don't remember what I was doing, but I was busy.
On
I,
Thursday, yeah.
so
Yeah,
yeah, that's why I didn't get to see it in its entirety.
I was able to, even after the show. And salute the general, 78 Sports TV, the leader
Man,
of our
salute,
beloved
salute, General.
LDVC.
Salute,
Salute,
General.
General.
Salute.
Um, I'm gonna have y'all cook on it, but there's a reason why I asked that. JB, what was your thoughts on the game, and will Colorado's coaching be their downfall?
If that continues, hell yeah. Um, there were two. I like how Coach says check down Charlie. It was too much check down Charlie for me. They got away from the run again. How many years have we said this about not just Colorado teams, but Deion Sanders coach team? How many times have the brothers on this show said that? Now, there's no excuse this year. They got a pretty good. They got boys up there that can move. They were moving Georgia Tech defensive line, and they got away from the run. This boy they got, he's not Shador, but he can put the ball in the air. Um, they waited till the last minute to open up the playbook. It was a lot of bubble screens and check downs and plays behind the line of scrimmage where the receivers had to make the one man miss and try to get plays. I mean, you got the running back Welch. He had the hot hand showed at the beginning of the game where I believe he scored on the touchdown, and you don't feed your hot hand. Um, I would love to see more. What I did like they utilized Caden Salter's legs. Um, Always keep that aspect when running the ball, so you can have an advantage. Make those ends and blitz the linebackers think before they come in aggressively. Um, I just think that I'm not mad at Colorado defense because a lot of the best teams in the nation is going to have issues stopping Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech last year was one of the best rushing offenses in the nation last year, especially with Haynes King. Hey, we told when we went over Colorado's schedule in the offseason, we saw Georgia Tech on there. I said that's not going to be an easy game. That's actually a hard game because if those defensive line are not linebackers aren't uh, 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 consistent and they're not stay on their keys. They don't stay on their keys. They're gonna they're gonna over pursue. They're gonna miss assignments because this Georgia Tech offense they gave Georgia problems last year. You know what I'm saying? That when Georgia Tech played Georgia, and Georgia has one of the best defenses in the nation last year. So that on defense side, that's nothing really to hang your head about. They really probably did a good job stopping them with them two turnovers earlier, but I knew it was going to be a problem, and I think you and Big Joe said it in behind the scenes in the chat, Jared, when they didn't capitalize off those two turnovers. I said, "Oh, that's be a problem because they're being trying to be too cute." One time in the game, they tried to do a trick play, like
Running back toss.
pat running back toss, and and I think he threw it to the wide receiver. He tried to throw it downfield, and Georgia Tech covered it real good. And shit like that is they're gonna lose games they shouldn't have lose. They shouldn't lose. I mean, how many times have we have to say that with Coach Prime teams? You know what I'm saying? And when I say Coach Prime teams, I'm talking about really the offensive coordinator. Um, what's Buddy name, Jared? Um, the offensive coordinator now it's slipping my mind, but yeah, I'm not a fan of his. Prime need to get in his ass because I'm not a fan of how he coached it. That was a very winnable game for them.
You talking about Pat Schumer?
Pat Schumer, I'm not a fan of Pat Schumer. Too, and you said it. You said it while we were watching the game, Jared. Too conservative.
Hmm. Yeah, man. They now. Let me ask you this. I'm gonna get to you other brothers, but JB cooking. How much was it Caden Salter missing throws, and how much was it just bad play calling by Pat Schumer?
Now, of course, now when the plays, even though I'm not a fan of the what was being called, there were some plays where Caden Salter should have made. Where all he had to do was, even though they scored on their drive, he missed a wide open pass to the running back in the flats. He
Mm-hmm.
tried to moonball it. All he had to do was put it right on the numbers. Why are you moonballing that? You don't have to
Oh
put
yeah, with the
whatever he was trying to do.
yeah, I remember that.
And then he did miss some throws. He was, it was too high. He was overthrowing it too high. I mean that's normal. We saw Arch Manning do that, and we see QBs do that around the nation. Around the week one, it's week one. Everybody trying to get the jitters out. Everybody trying to establish, what I'm saying, connection on offense, and the receivers are trying to get in the same chemistry with the QB. So that's something that's going to happen. But week like Brent Fox said, week 3, 2 or 3 or 4, if that still happens, well, don't be surprised if you hear people wanting Julian Lewis in the game.
Okay, okay. And salute to my sister, my fellow Flock Nation sister, Ravens Talk with Yolanda. Man, this woman right here know her football, especially Baltimore Ravens. Put a lot of you dudes to shame. Please support this sister. But I'm going to you, Coach 67 Sports TV. Will Colorado's coaching be their downfall?
Overall, I would say no, but based on poor play calling at times, poor game management at times, poor clock management at times, all the poor decision making at times, all these things collectively add up to you being a good coach or not. So at the end of the day, in the grand scheme of things, I don't think so. But I think to a certain degree, it's going to cost some games and cost them this and cost them that. Some people believe it cost them the game the other night. I don't think it was the only determining factor, but I think it played a role in it. So at the end of the day, they're going to need to tighten up the ship. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree. Especially having two
Uh-oh.
forced fumbles, getting two forced fumbles,
Hey,
and not be able to capitalize on them. So yeah, absolutely. Uh, Brother Brent Fox, same question. Will Colorado's coaching be their downfall? Hey Brent, can you hear us? You still on mute, brother?
My fault. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay, all right. Um, Now, as far as like the responsibilities for like the play calling versus the actual execution, I'm gonna have it 70 for the 70 for the play calling, 30% for the execution.
That's
To
fair.
y'all's point, Salters, yeah, missed some reads and some of them were bad. But at the same time, I think for the situations, some of those play calls like weren't all that great either. And then we got to keep in mind that these are college kids, and even though that they have experienced a lot of football, they haven't experienced a lot of football on that level. So you have to set them up for success, especially really early in the season. So yeah, the majority of the responsibility is on the coaches.
Okay, okay, I definitely agree, man. I agree. Uh, yeah, Caden Salter does play a lot of did play a lot of football. Heck, in my opinion, he could have stayed at Liberty and still got drafted. Not at one or two, probably third or fourth round pick. Um, but you could tell you notice he was closing his holding had both his hands on the ears of his helmet because he couldn't hear because Liberty ain't that loud. Liberty is not that loud. So you're so right. He didn't experience that type of atmosphere before. And salute to Big Joseph Townsend. He said, salute to the family at a tasting for Old Hillside. We'll jump on when I am done. Yes, sir. Handle your business, big bro. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Speaking of Hillside, y'all make sure if you like to drink or you like bourbon, please get you a bottle of Old Hillside bourbon and whiskey. It's a good product. You can Google or go to www.oldhillsidebourbon.com. All right. All right, but overall and one thing I also want to interject, how much do you think was Coach Prime's fault of not interjecting himself in the play calling? Because you did you did notice or did he wait too late to do that? Because in the fourth quarter he did was before his interview, he did like an interview. He did basically made it clear he got on a couple of his coaches. Um, so how much was it on Coach Prime, JB?
I think. I mean, it's always gonna be on the head coach. That's just the name of the game. It's, no matter what your offensive coordinator do, if you see something that needs to change, you need to speak up. You the head coach. We love Prime over here, but during the season, man, we're gonna keep it. I hate the term keep it 100. We're gonna be, hey man, we're gonna keep it football over here. We're gonna keep it football. Look, and then he said it in the post game conference. He said that he wanted the running backs to have more carries. Well, you need to get in somebody earpiece on a walkie talkie or whatever y'all got, and let Pat know you need to audible out that bullshit and run the ball. Them damn bubble screens and shit.
And
Um,
man, and why didn't they throw it? Because you notice in the fourth quarter when they were throwing it to their their wide receivers, which in my opinion, Georgia Tech could not hold any of their wide receivers
I mean, no, I mean,
consistently.
no.
So why they didn't push the ball more up the field instead of trying to be cute and do bubble screens is beyond beats the heck out of me, man.
They're just too conservative at first. You got a running game going, and then that would have been a great time to do some play action, take some shots down the field, or some schemes or some plays where um, you get a good chunk of yardage. But I mean, they weren't. Georgia Tech defense wasn't fooled about those short deke and dunk plays or those screens. They weren't fooled at all. Um, but as far as Prime, I'm based on what Prime says. We're gonna see on when, especially because I think they're gonna play some cupcake teams next. But when they step up in competition again, we're gonna see if the play call um,
Yeah,
changes
they
or
got
it's just
Delaware next.
yeah, they should put about 50 on them. But we'll see.
Okay, Coach, how much is the blame on Coach Prime?
As the head coach, man, you got to take a good chunk of that. Like when my teams lost and it was close games, as the leader of the organization, you got to take the bullet. So I'll probably give him about 80%.
I agree, especially with this. Look what Jada Six put in the chat. How come he didn't take those timeouts at the end? Uses
Yeah, he had
yeah.
two timeouts.
Hey, that goes back to clock management, decision making, game management, clock management. Like all of these things, when you add them together, recruiting, being able to motivate, inspire players, all of these are different categories that go into making a good coach a good coach. What a good coach is.
Ravens talk with Yolanda said question, why didn't Coach Prime make in game adjustments? We that's the question we're asking because like I said, Georgia Tech secondary could not hold those wide receivers if they call certain plays up the field. In
I
my
mean, Georgia
opinion.
Tech was getting ran on too. Every time they decide to run the ball, they can run it. But I mean, that's something that needs to be. I mean, you don't got Shador anymore. You don't got Travis anymore, or LeJohntay Webster. So those plays, those bubble screens and stuff like that. Especially Webster and Travis, they could catch the ball behind the backfield, make a man miss, and gone. But like Omarion Miller and the rest of them boys, they're more of your deep ball, mid range, mid route, deep route type receivers. You know what I'm saying? They're not short route type receivers, as far as I see. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You got to know what type of players you got. And this is where coaches be trying to implement their offense, but you got to understand what type of players that you have to implement those type of plays. You don't got LeJohntay Webster or Travis Hunter on the team no more, or Jimmy Horn. You know what I'm saying? But Jimmy Horn can catch a short route, a bubble route, and take it to the house. You don't know if you have those type of players on there. You know what I'm saying? Or even hell, even if you do, Georgia Tech wasn't fooled by any of it. So you got to adjust, like the sister Yolanda said.
Yeah, they got Miller, who was a beast. Um, None of Georgia Tech could have hold him all 60 minutes. Uh, Hakeem Williams, Marion Miller. Uh, what's the young boy they got from North Crowley? Quentin Gibson. I mean, you got weapons that can go down the field and get it, man. They just ain't call the right plays. And brother Brent, how much do you think was Coach Prime's fault?
Yeah. So the split on that is probably gonna wind up, and this is gonna sound really unfair, but it's gonna wind up being like 80-20, to be honest. Now, I will say that offensive coordinators and defensive coordinators and position coaches are supposed to be there for a reason. They're supposed to make sure that the right personnel is in at the right situation, and then the right play call is actually made as a result. But the head coach is also supposed to make sure that that is, that the table is set for those things to happen. So yeah, majority of this is actually gonna fall on Coach Sanders, but it's also the responsibility of both, coordinators and also the position coaches to have these guys prepared. So, but yeah, it's gonna be on Coach Sanders for the most part. The short
I
version of
agree.
that.
I agree. I definitely agree, fellas, man. So, but I knew me and JB called it last show. I knew they were gonna have um, a tough game against Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech is no slouch. I don't care if they 5-7. They gon' as long as they get that their running game is consistent, they gonna be tough to beat.
Yeah, hate to be at the dead horse, brothers, but yeah, they need to run the ball a lot more. Like it was, to JB's point, it was working. Like, I understand that the game kind of shifted, especially like in the third quarter, but at the same time, yeah, you do have to like get people off the line of scrimmage and pass to make it honest. But go back to that running game because it was working.
Yeah, yeah, man. Maybe that dead horse needs to be beat again because they're not doing it. But again, it's week one, so we gonna see. We definitely gonna see. Let me give you the top performance for week one. So we have running back Tay Meadows from Troy, who is the top rusher. He had 23 attempts, 186 yards for one touchdown. So he was the top rusher for the week. Uh, unless somebody from these games going on today breaks that. We had wide receiver for the top receiving player or receiver for week one. His name is Danny Scudero from San Jose State, wide receiver. 9 receptions, 189 yards, and one touchdown. And the top passer so far is for week one is Sawyer Robertson from Baylor, quarterback. Uh, 27 completions, 48 attempts for 419 yards and 3 touchdowns. So congratulations to those young men. Uh, let's talk about some NFL drama right now. Okay.
Oh man. Hey, can I do an honorable mention for one of the outstanding college players?
You sure can.
Okay. I want to give a shout out to Richard Henry Jr., running back for UTSA, the University of Texas in San Antonio. his game against A&M was really, really good. I would recommend, something like even watching the highlights. Like he wasn't supposed to do that against those guys, and I think it's commendable what he did. I'm looking to see more from him in the future.
Yeah, because they're going against supposedly one of the top defensive lines in college football, probably in top 20, and UTSA is not a big school, even though they're PWI or Division One. They're not the cream of the crop school, so absolutely. So congratulations to
Yeah, to
that
be
young
able
man.
to do that, against an SEC school, that's impressive. And like I said, Texas A&M stay with um, good defensive line that always get drafted every year. To Brent's point, so that's impressive.
Jada6 said definitely going to be looking at Jeremiah Love to see if he can hold onto his alleged running back one crown. Yeah, he's supposed to be having a good season this year. So, another running back y'all need to keep your eyes on is Caden Durham from LSU, Duncanville High School product in Texas. He was able to grind out some yards against Clemson. So he's not done yet. So y'all make sure y'all keep an eye on Caden Durham. In my opinion, he may be if he's consistent and he stay healthy, he may be the best running back in football right now. In my opinion. But any other players y'all want to shout out before we move on?
Of course, Andrew Body for lighting it up Thursday night.
Oh, yes, Lord. Andrew Body, going back to HBCU family. Andrew Body lit up with his arm and legs. They lit up UAB. He lit up UAB. So,
Over 500 yards passing.
yes, sir.
Trent Dilfer about to be fired.
Yeah, they still won, but UAB still won, but they were sweating a little bit because those Hornets wouldn't stay away. But let's get into some little bit of drama. Not no foolishness. Is just a topic that's going on. Can Ray Lewis judge Shannon Sharp morals? So to give you a story, let me go ahead and play the video real fast to have context. Give me one moment. I should have had it queued up. My apologies, y'all, but got a million things to do. Let me get that video queued up. Okay, here it is. Fair use, YouTube. I have to restart it.
Like what?
Let me know y'all can hear it when I play it.
TV guy personality.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
knew he was made for TV.
Yeah.
We can hear it.
He had already started prepping.
How much before he retired did he
He
come?
been started.
Oh, so he's known he's
Yeah.
going to be doing that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're not surprised by the success he's having with his podcast and TV and
No.
him and Skip and Stephen A. All that stuff.
No, I'm not surprised. I'm shocked at his content. I wouldn't in a million years the things that Shannon has said now or did now, I would never believe that Shannon will say or do anything.
Like what?
Simply, I take drinking. Shannon, in my entire career, I've never saw Shannon with a drink. Ever. Like it was against the law, right? Because he had some, some stuff in his family that he didn't want to follow that. And yeah, and then so I kind of started to watch him, and then we kind of went our own separate ways because I'm like, you're gonna take that route. I can't go that route. Never can go that route. And that route is to become so worldly that you become popular because you're talking about ignorance, right? A lot of times, a lot of these gossip conversations that they're having and bringing up all this stuff, I'm not going to do that to nobody. I'm not in the business for that. I'm in life to try to teach people what does it mean to be a better man or get back to the kingdom, And a lot of times, and a lot of the guys get in trouble with these podcasts and things, man, because everybody wants the follower, everybody wants to be popular, everybody wants to make money, but that's a tight rope into what you call influence and popularity. Right? The devil has the ability to make you popular. God has the ability to give you influence that when people see you, they see an image of him.
Mm.
And that's the thing for me that started to switch with not just Shannon, but just a couple of people. I'm like, wow, you would switch out like that? Really? And I would never, ever. Why? Because of the respect that I have for my mother, my daughters, my granddaughters, life, period. And I think men, given these new platforms, we've overrode what the platform is actually for. The platform is supposed to help somebody find a new direction. We don't help. Everybody just gets on. Everybody's talking now. Everybody got a podcast. Everybody's is the new marriage coach. Everybody's the new relationship coach. And ain't nobody coaching themselves. Because if you were coaching yourself, when it says power of life and death is found in the tongue, then go back and check out a couple of episodes and ask yourself, do you give life or do you give death? And that's why, me personally, I kind of do my own thing, stay in my own lane. What's going on, everyone? It's your man, Sugar Ray Lewis.
All right, y'all. Just want to get in context. So y'all already know the history of Ray Lewis. You know the people who don't like Ray Lewis. Know his history. Gonna be like, how you gonna say that? And you supposedly deleted someone. So what do y'all think? Do he have the right to speak on a question the morals of Shannon Sharp? We're gonna go with the brother that just joined the panel, Mr. LDBC Business, Big Joe. Man, I appreciate you being able to hop on. What's going on, man?
Salute,
Man,
Big Joe.
excuse my lateness, but shout out to the family. Happy Sunday to y'all. Today is Sunday. Lord have mercy. Happy Sunday, everybody.
Yes, sir. Happy Sunday. Salute, man. But what you think? You think
Ah.
and I want you to be real now, like you always are. Don't hold out on me because you know I'm a Ravens fan. Go ahead and be honest.
do we expect anything less from Ray Lewis? Ever since Ray Lewis has retired, he has, decided to straddle the fence and decided to go in the opposite direction. Ray Lewis is definitely a Hall of Fame Raven and a Hall of Fame NFL player. One of the best linebackers that ever played. We can't take that away from him. But his character has always been questioned. His off the field issues has always been something to talk about, even from Miami days, Ravens, and even outside the league. He said some things and been on the other, let's say, on the wrong side of history. So what's disgusting to me is that Shannon Sharp was allegedly your brother. Whether y'all cool or not, that still was your brother. I mean, he was your teammate at one point. Y'all won a championship together. No matter if y'all fell out or whatnot, whatever the reason was, he's supposed to be your teammate and your brother. And you're always supposed to ride for your brother no matter what. Y'all cannot ever speak. But you go on a podcast that's been known for anti-blackness and for anti-gossiping. They seem to be more on the pro-Trump side of things. And if you know who Trump stands for, then you know what he about. So that podcast over there. That's kind of what they side they on. You decide to go over there and so-called expose Shannon Sharp, kind of make it seem like he's doing some rituals type. He's doing some things that he shouldn't be doing to get money. If you have an issue with your brother in the stance that he's supposedly taking or how he's making money, you should be able to call that brother. And if y'all so bad to where y'all can't talk, you can call Ed Reed. You can call Jonathan Ogden. Hell, y'all can meet at the Ravens facility and talk it out if it's really that bad. Shannon Sharp has never said anything bad about Ray Lewis. He's always brought him up to the highest esteem. So on his side of things, he's like, we may not be speaking, but that's my brother. But then you see Ray Lewis, the true character of who he is. He get on a podcast that's known for anti-blackness, and he go over there and talk about his so-called brother and Shannon Sharp. Talking about, he's selling liquor now. Ray Lewis, if I recall, don't you have your own cigar? I believe you have your own cigar now. Your own cigar line now. It's called 52 or something. I mean, so were you smoking cigars when you was playing? I never seen Ray Lewis smoke a cigar when he was playing. Some may say you going the wrong side of things, and now you smoking cigars now when you wasn't. You know what I mean? So it's just, everybody's taking a shot at Shannon now because of what he went through. And Shannon said on his own show, he said, people are talking about me and whatnot. It is what it is, Ocho. We going to be all right. That bothers Shannon because I'm supposed to be your homie. There's some of my teammates that I haven't talked to him for years. I will never get on any platform and talk about them brothers and say some things that they've done or whatnot, because that's not for me to speak on. Because if you put on a helmet and we practice together and we've bled together and whatnot, and especially won a championship together, it's always going to be love, no matter if we disagree or whatnot. So he's breaking the code when it comes to the brotherhood of the NFL. So I hope he got paid very good to go on that show, because you talk about Shannon gossiping, you on a show gossiping, talking about Shannon. I'm sure you ain't going on there for free. Let me find out you're going up there gossiping about Shannon for free. You know what I mean? So, hey, it's sad business, but, do we expect anything less from Ray Lewis? I mean, when everybody was standing for Colin Kaepernick, he was on the side of the owners. So, hey, I guess all that dancing he be doing is paying off, I guess,
Damn.
I mean, he don't even play no more. He out there sliding to the left, sliding to the right, and bumping. But bro, you don't even play no more. Nice one to be like Jerry Rice. Jerry Rice still be running routes like he playing. Out there looking like a mascot. Hey, bro. Hey. It's sad business when your brothers turn on you. Ray Lewis is a Hall of Famer, one of the best linebackers that ever lived. But is he one of some of the best men that ever lived? His leadership on the field is not to be questioned.
Not at
How
all.
about his leadership? How about his leadership outside of you know, outside of the NFL? Because last I remember, at your lowest moment, Shannon was there for you. From what I recall, you were staying at Shannon's crib when you was going through your issue. Your brother was there for you. So no matter what, it kind of reminded me of Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney. Devin and Shakur were cool. Shakur stayed at Devin's house, ate the Captain Crunch. Bill Haney didn't pay for this and pay for that. You supposed to be brothers. So that's why Devin was shocked when Shakur was looking at him crazy and all that kind of stuff, talking about Top Rank made him do it. It caught Devin off guard. You know what I mean? Like, you were going through your issue. You almost was going to prison. You stayed on my couch. You at my house. I rode for you. Now of a sudden, now I didn't switched up. Now that I'm doing good. Over some what? Because I'm selling liquor? Okay. All right. Hey, it's a cold game out here.
Oh man. Well, I'm gonna get to you brothers in a minute. The rest of you brothers in a minute, man. Big Joe cooking, man. D Man Jr. said, "My brothers, man. What's up, man? Hey, I'll be trying to give you a wrench, D Man Jr., but I can't find. I need to try to do me a favor after this show, man. Just go in like the regular conversation and just put a comment because same thing happened to Sister Shower like yeah. I couldn't find her, to give y'all a wrench. But salute, brother. He said it's Sunday. He's gonna be too real, yeah, like he was. Jada Six said, in my opinion, no. That pot is black as hell for calling out the kettle in this one. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Uh, K Spring said, Pat needs to scrap this whole playbook and start over. The play calling was terrible. Yeah, Pat Schumer play calling was hot garbage. Oh, word, D Man Jr. I ain't know that.
Hey, my name Bennett, I ain't in it. You know,
Jada Six said special teams balling the South Carolina offense out. No, bailing, excuse me, the South Carolina offense out. Glad some phase could make a play. Okay, okay,
Yeah, South Carolina offense. They just scored on a punt return, so it's
okay.
not now. It's like 17-8
Hey,
now.
okay, I appreciate you, D Man Jr. But I'm going to you, Coach. Uh, can Ray Lewis judge Shannon Sharp morals when he got his drama?
Honestly, no. One part of me, not from a Ray Lewis standpoint, but from my perspective, with the whole Cat Williams like Club Shay Shay appearance, like I wasn't about that because when Cat Williams got on Club Shay Shay, he was only tearing down black people. He didn't tear down no white people. Like all you talk about was black comedians, Steve Harvey and Cedric the Entertainer. You didn't talk about Joe Rogan or no other white comedians whatsoever. So that was the only issue I had with that. But in terms of Ray Lewis, like, dude, Ray Lewis, you are in no moral position. I mean, for you to get here and act like you holier than thou, and you could stand on some moral high ground, dude, you throwing stones and you living in the most glass house possible. If there was something more fragile than glass, I would say it's that. But I can't think of anything else more fragile. So you are in no position to be talking about this man. First of all, you was on trial for murder. That's what I'm saying. You had a murder charge or whatever, right? In addition to that, like even when you was at the U, like dude, they got footage of you out there at Freak Fest with Uncle Luke, with Luther Campbell, Luke Skywalker. You know what I'm saying? It's your birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. And these girls out there twerking, and you out there laughing, ha ha ha. You know what I'm saying? You got all of these kids. You talking all this good biblical stuff. I don't ever recall Ray Lewis being married. Uh, you know, in addition to that, like you've done some shady and sketchy stuff in terms of, some of your views from a political standpoint when you got on certain platforms. It kind of almost feel like you'll go along to get along. I'm not saying you Stephen A. Smith level buck dancing and cooning and buffooning, but as far as I'm concerned, you're not too far from it. So, Big Joe made a valid point, like at no point, I don't care what transpired behind the scenes with individuals or whatever, you would not see me get on any public platform and down people that's supposed to be like family to me, you know what I'm saying? Whether, it's former friends or family members or even my LDBC brothers or nothing like that. I don't rock like that. You know what I'm saying? If I got, like Big Joe said, if I got an issue with you, like you and I are gonna talk behind the scenes. I mean, there's no amount of money you can give me that's gonna make me like sell out. You know what I'm saying? Like Martin said on Martin, hey, before I sell out, I get the hell out. You know what I'm saying? So man, I don't rock like that, man. I don't respect that coming from Ray Lewis. For you to be talking all this good biblical stuff. Like if we start digging in your closet, man, you got hella five skeletons. You know what I'm saying? So I know it's the trendy thing to do, to sneak this, uh, to sneak this Shannon Sharp. But at the end of the day, like, bro, like you need to go sit down and shut up because you are in no moral position to do that. Like you throwing stones and you live in the most fragile glass house possible. So sit down and shut up as far as I'm concerned.
Facts, man. Facts. Uh, JB, I've been trying to. I wanted Brent to go first, but he had to step away. But I'll get to him later. JB, what's your thoughts? You being a Baltimore Raven fan, what's your thoughts on Ray
Ray
Lewis
need to
comment?
have a Ray need to have a coconut smile and go sit down and shut D hill up. Because I can't echo enough what the brother just said, bro. You got to pass, bro, and all that shit you just said on that man's podcast. I didn't even know the podcast he owns is anti-black, and you know what I'm saying. So that's a major red flag. But you could have said all that to Shannon Sharp on the phone. So the fact that
Facts.
it's funny that you talking about him gossiping, but what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? And some people don't know that you and Shannon Sharp fell out. They know now. You know what I'm saying? So I just people do this like this mind control shit where you guys are doing it for views and likes, but they want the attention themselves. I see you, right? You know what I'm saying? I see what you're doing. And all that religion and stuff you throwing around, that don't phase me, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like like the brother Town Business said, Town LDBC Business said, bro, you talking about him drinking and stuff. You like he said, you own a box of cigars. And some Christians and believers in Christ don't like smoking and think you out of order. So what does that mean, bro? What did you say that to say? So I'm not getting, people, when, football players are not popular anymore and stuff like that, they try to find ways to keep their name in the news or in the algorithm, and I think and I heard the brother 78 said this on his lives, years and years ago about Club Shay. A lot of these dudes jealous. You know what I'm saying? The Shannon Sharp was the dude from Georgia, can't talk, got a lisp, dark skin. People ain't picture him being this popular like that. So a lot of this stuff can be looked at as jealousy. So
Mm. So you saying Ray using he supposed to be the big football player, pretty boy, but Shining Sharp is the big black ugly country bumpkin can't talk nigga. He ain't supposed to be that. He ain't supposed to be more famous than me. That's what you getting at?
I mean, yeah, man, look, when he interviewed Cat Williams, and my issues with the whole Cat Williams situation, we ain't got time for that to go into that. But his show blew up, and you see all these other black shows that had a problem. You know what I'm saying? With his popularity, had something to say, and they try to make it like, oh man, you putting people's business out there, and those same shows did the exact format, gossip. So man, I see these dudes out here, man, and I'm a fan of Ray Lewis, man. I got love for Ray Lewis. I'm a be more Flock Nation, you know, for life. But bro, this ain't it, bro.
No,
This ain't it.
it's not. It's not. And then, bro, you just got you. The Lord bless you. You supposed to be Christian. The Lord gave you grace and not allow you to be under the jail. So sit your ass down somewhere, and Lord, I'm not trying to say anything about the man family. Didn't you just lose a child? Sit
Mm.
your ass down somewhere. Sit your motherfucking ass down somewhere. And that's with love. Brent Fox, thank you for joining us back, man. What's your opinion on this? Can Ray Lewis judge Shannon Sharp morals, man?
Absolutely not. I don't think in most cases it's right for one human being to judge another anyway. But I mean, there are several layers to this, and I'm not going to be long winded, but I do have like a lot to get out about something like this. I think the deeper issue is if you're going to challenge someone like that as a human being, and in his own words, maybe you need to coach yourself. Um, you know, to y'all's point, he had a worse situation, and Shannon actually helped him out, which he failed to mention. But because the thing to do right now is to say something jarring or shocking or unorthodox to try to get clicks and views. Shouts out to Cam Newton. That you just kind of lose your sense of morality. And as far as Ray being a devout Christian, here's my problem with the devout Christians, the people that claim to be devout Christians. Devout Christians or real Christians are the people that actually get out on the street and help people that actually need it. These so high and mighty Christians are the ones that turn people away from church by judging them and putting presumptions on them and not wanting to initially help them, but they're quick to point out the issue with them and to separate themselves from that particular person because that was once who they were, or it may still be who they are right now. But yeah, Ray don't have no room to talk about nobody. And I'm sure if we dig deep enough, there's some stuff that's going on with him that he don't want the public to know himself. So, you got to be careful when you do stuff like that, because I'm a firm believer of the energy that you put out is the energy that you gonna get back. So y'all sit back, grab some popcorn, and enjoy the show, because I'm guarantee you something's probably gonna come out about Ray Lewis recently, here probably in the next few months.
And we ain't speaking from jealousy or bigot. We don't give a damn about what no white racist point of view. You I ran to one person. Well, Ray Lewis is the one that got away. That says so much for our justice system. Oh, so like Mike Zimmerman, and he ain't say yeah. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
You
it's
talking
George
about Ray?
Zimmerman.
Oh, George Zimmerman. Thank you, George Zimmerman.
Yeah, I don't want Mike Zimmer getting messed up. He's an NFL defensive
Right?
coordinator. I don't
Yeah,
want him to get
yeah,
messed up.
yeah. I'm sorry about that, Mike Zimmerman. George Zimmerman, please. Somebody knock his ass out because of me. George Zimmerman. Mm.
You know what? You know what? I think it's a time we should take a break right now. I think it's time for me to read the word since folks are so Christian like around here,
Oh
Since
yeah, bring back
since
Reverend
since
Dirty.
since everybody wants to talk about the Lord and what the Lord would do, it sounds like folks ain't reading their Bible, because if they were, they wouldn't be on platforms gossiping about your so-called brother.
That
You
would sound
know
like
Shannon
me.
Sharp more. You know Shannon Sharp more than you know that boy that was on the interview. and I mean, I was interviewing you because you were saying that everybody got a podcast now, and I believe you was on a podcast talking about somebody who owns a podcast. That sounds like gossiping to me. Anyways,
Yep.
Proverbs 16:28 says, "A preserved person stirs up conflict, and a gossip separates close friends." Lord have mercy. Mm. I'm sorry, a perverse person stirs up conflict, and a gossip separates close friends. Well, I guess they ain't friends no more. Let me give you Proverbs 11:13. Whoever goes about as a slander reveals secrets, but he who is trustworthy in spirit keeps a thing covered. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. And let me give
Preach.
you one more, praise the Lord. Ephesians 4:29. We in Ephesians now. Let no corrupting talk come out of your mouth, but only such is good for building up as fits the occasion, that it may give grace to those who hear. So was the Christian brother who was so Christian that he's the Christianness of everything? Did he was he building up his brother or tearing down his brother? I'm just curious. And one more I want to talk about judging people is Matthew 7:1 and 2. We gotta give you two verses when they're good, right? Judge not, that you be not judged. For with the judgment you pronounce, you will be judged. And with that measure you use, it will be measured to you. So the same way you talk about and judge somebody, the same way somebody gonna judge you. Go ahead, Jerry. Praise the Lord.
Oh, I raised you one. People talking about what Jesus would do and everything, and Jesus was on the side of righteousness and justice all the time. So when a black kid get unjustly killed, Jesus is wanting justice. Would want justice. So when you put your knee, when everybody was standing and putting there and didn't kneel and didn't, excuse me, when everybody was kneeling, all the brothers was kneeling, you got on your knees and prayed, and then got on social and got on TV shows and talk about don't disrespect the flag. You can't straddle the fence, man. Jesus wasn't a fence straddler. Keep that same energy, man. So yeah, Ray, you need to go sit down somewhere. You need to be quiet. You need to be quiet. This is not a good look at all. Again, before we move on from this foolishness, anything else y'all want to add?
Yes, sir. Ray Lewis and what was the Ravens owner's name? What?
Steve
It
Biscotti.
starts with a B. Biscotti. Remember when Kaepernick and his old lady was trying to petition to get back in the NFL, and they were in talks with the Ravens, and it didn't quite work out for some reason. And then
Mm-hmm.
what you call it? The Kaepernick and them came out with that poster with with that Django poster with Ray Lewis being Steven from Django on there.
Mm.
Yeah, they did that
Damn, I
for a
forgot
reason.
about that.
Yeah, yeah.
Nasty.
Look it up, man. They had they had they had Ray Lewis and Steven from Django, and then the owner laying down like Mr. Candy off Django.
I bet. I bet. Man, it's crazy. But let's move on to the speaking of owners. Let's move on to this topic. With the Micah Parsons trade to Green Bay from the Dallas Cowboys, what does this say about Jerry Jones? Big Joe, I'm gonna let you have this one first.
What this trade shows is that the Dallas Cowboys is not in the business of winning. Dallas Cowboys are only in the business of making money. The Cowboys have found a way to be the most popular team, to be the highest value team across multiple sport leagues without winning anything. The Cowboys are pretty much just like Tank Davis. Get all the praise, get all the glory, but you ain't got to do nothing to earn that praise or glory. You know what I mean? So it's quite interesting. You say you about winning championships, but you can't win in this league without a defense. We got quarterbacks now, who are elite. You win a division where you have the Super Bowl champions, and you have somebody named by the name of Jalen Hurst who's over there. You're gonna need to tackle that guy. If you're gonna tackle that guy, you're gonna need some D linemen to go out there and go after him. If you ain't got no war daddy, as Jerry Jones say, you got to have a war daddy to win in this league. Hence the reason why he went after Charles Haley. Unless Jerry Jones have forgot his ways. You're gonna need a Michael Parsons on your team to help you. Now you trade Michael Parsons and you bring in the guy who is a solid veteran, 3-time Pro Bowler. He's no slouch, but he's not Michael Parsons. Michael Parsons missed 4 or 5 games last year and he had 12 sacks. Imagine if he didn't miss 4 games, he probably might have had 15, 16. Sacks don't just grow on trees. Michael Parsons is one of the top 5, if not top 3 DNs in the league. You can't just find that at any draft. Now, Abdul Carter may be the closest thing, but we're gonna see when live action goes. You have him on your team. He wants to remain a Cowboy, but instead you disrespect him at every chance you get. You call the man Michael instead of Micah. You talk about him all the time. If you want to get a deal done, you shut up and work behind the scenes. You don't go to the media every day trying to paint a narrative like Michael don't want to be there. So you disrespect him, you disrespect his agent, and you wonder why he has it, and you wonder why he laying on the tables during the games and stuff. But shout out to the Packers. The Packers are taking the Eagles playbook. They're getting free agents, they're drafting good, they're developing talent. That's how you win championships. Things that the Cowboys ain't doing. They ain't drafting well, they ain't developing, and they ain't getting no free agents because they're really about winning. You would have had Derrick Henry in the backfield and not bring back Ezekiel Elliott talking about he's gonna be good enough. When Derrick Henry lives in Dallas, trains in Dallas, and wanted to be there, you wouldn't answer that man's phone calls. But somehow you want to care about winning. So somehow you get the misfit wide receiver from the Steelers, and you think that your offense is gonna do something when every day you talk about your quarterback like he hot garbage. So if you really want to win, when you want to encourage and uplift your team, not talk about everybody that's on the team, because I don't remember none of this vehement, I don't remember none of this talking when it came to Tony Romo. They were quite sad that Tony Romo was leaving and retiring because of his bad back. They didn't know what they was going to do without Romo. Like Romo only won one playoff game. They act like he won Super Bowl or something. They act like Romo was Troy Aikman. So this just shows that the Cowboys are not about winning. As long as Jerry Jones is worth over 10 some billion dollars, he gonna be just fine. And the Cowboys are not gonna win until somebody else is in at ownership. And what I know about evil folks live a long time. So Cowboys get used to losing because y'all gonna be there for a while.
Damn, damn. Um, yeah, Cowboys fans, it's gonna be a rough topic, so y'all hang in there. Um, uh, Brother Brent Fox, what's your opinion? What does this trade say about Jerry Jones, and where do the Cowboys go from here?
Basically, Jerry Jones is going Jerry Jones until his expiration date. Um, I'm really not surprised that he didn't re-sign Micah like he was supposed to. I think that well, now I know because it's confirmed that Jerry is so stuck in his ego that he's not going to do, he's not going to do what's logical if it means giving up ground. So there's that. Um, Also, he's got a lot of these fans thinking that, oh, this is gonna be like the Herschel Walker trade back in the day, to where we're gonna get these draft picks and it's gonna work out. Draft picks are crap shoots. Um, you may hit on one, but like several of them, they don't hit very well. So this is the era of F around and find out. So I'm gonna let them F around and find out. It's gonna be hilarious. I'm gonna love it.
Okay, yes it is. Yes it is. And Coach 67 Sports TV, what's your opinion?
In my personal opinion, I think it kind of confirmed what I said about Jerry Jones. I know some people might have misunderstood what I said a few weeks back when I said the only way the Dallas Cowboys organization is going to progress and move forward is if Jerry Jones passes away. The reason why I said that is because, one, he's not going to give up control or ownership of the Cowboys. In his mind, the Cowboys is his baby. So he's never going to give it up. One. The second thing it says about him is the fact that he would rather be right and not win and not be the star of the franchise or the organization than say, you know what? I'm going to be wrong. I'm going to bring a guy that's an elite level pass rusher, could be the cornerstone of our defense. Instead of me bringing in an actual general manager, an actual head coach, re-sign my franchise, caliber, my franchise caliber player in terms of elite level pass rusher, Michael Parsons. I would rather be right and trade him and get pennies on the dollar in return for him. In addition to that, I'm not going to hire a real general manager. I'm not going to hire a real head coach. I want to be the star of the franchise. I want to be the star of the organization. And that's why when we did win Super Bowls, I felt like I didn't get enough credit. And instead of making things work with my former friend, Jimmy Johnson, I felt slighted, like I didn't get enough credit for things he really did behind the scenes, but I felt like I played a part in it. So I got offended, and I felt like I didn't get enough credit. So at the end of the day, Jerry Jones, he's one of these type of people. He's a multi-millionaire multiple times over, worth hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars. He would rather be right and not win than be wrong and win a Super Bowl. He would rather be the star of the organization and franchise. He kind of, essentially, he's not the head coach, but he the de facto head coach from the standpoint where he's gonna hire a head coach that's gonna be his puppet. He's the general manager. So in all essence, he's the star of his own franchise. But that's the reason why they stuck in a position they stuck in. As long as he's on this side of the grave, they will not win the Super Bowl. Unfortunately, I hate to say it, it's gonna take. I'm gonna reiterate this point. It's gonna take for him passing and leaving his organization in somebody else's hands. That's gonna go out and hire an actual general manager, hire an actual head coach, and let them take over the reins. And that organization could potentially elevate, levitate, and go up to the next level. But as long as he's there and he wants to be right and he wants to be the star, he wants to be the de facto head coach and the general manager, like they're just gonna be stuck in the position they're in. And it is what it is. I mean, we know this is what the Cowgirls are.
Yes, it was. Man, this is first the Dallas Mavericks giving away Luca. Now the Dallas Cowboys are giving away Michael Parsons. What's going on in Dallas, man? JB, what's your opinion on Michael Parsons trade, and what does this say about Jerry Jones?
What it says about him that like Ray, he need to go sit his behind down somewhere. Actually, I raised you one. I think whoever his kids is, grandbaby, whoever is next in line for the franchise, need to take him to the old folks home. sign him up. Make sure he got his oatmeal and his cream of wheat. Push him in the corner somewhere and call it a day. Cause ain't nothing but this ain't nothing but pride and narcissism. Michael Parsons is one of the best pass rushers in the league. And their first game is against the Eagles. Now, we could be wrong. This could turn out to be strangely, and I doubt it, but strangely it could work. I don't know. I've seen strange things happen. This is football. But all these brothers, and we know football on here, and I just we all agree we don't think this was a good idea. Um, I don't know how they gonna get after the quarterback. Now, the boy Houston, James Houston from Jackson State, could be a surprise. The dude with the African name they got from Boston College, he could be a surprise. But for sure, you're for sure a pass rusher. You're for sure a superstar. You treat him like that's Dak Prescott you talking to. You know what I'm saying? So I think this is just going to be another season where the defense is going to give up a lot of points. The defense is going to have to score to not lose the game because I'm not seeing them. They just paid their cornerback, Bland. So, and he okay. He's a good player, but he's not Micah. That's not when I look at when I play the Cowboys, the first thing you on offense that you scout against is Micah Parsons. Now I don't even know who you scout against. You know what I'm saying? I think that
Now be Kenny Clark, but you just
Kenny Clark he's a good player, but I've watched Packers football. He's okay. You know what I'm saying? He's okay. Them two first round draft picks, they better hit. I know that. Because if they don't hit, it's gonna be one of the worst trades ever. And they better hope Kenny Clark will ball out. Because I know they've been watching. Shout out to Vice Lombardi, a Cowboy fan. I know they've been listening to him. They've been wanting somebody to on that defensive line to stop the run. They want to, as coach said, slot all. But I don't know if he's that guy that's going to make them a good run stopping defense.
The
You know
Cowboys
what I'm
couldn't
saying?
stop the run. They couldn't stop the run when they had Michael Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence. Now all of a sudden now they're gonna stop the run now. Man, stop it. Stop.
I was, hey man, hey,
Man, man, they act
well,
like they
that's
brought in Prime Haloti Nada or something or Prime Vince Wilfork. Man, stop. Oh, we
Big
can
Ted
stop the run.
Washington.
Man, we can stop the run now. Okay. Who gonna sack the quarterback?
My bad, D Man Jr. Yeah, they act like they got Big Ted Washington, somebody like that. Yeah, they could really never stop the run. Now they could get sacks, a la Michael Parsons. Now he gone. Now what?
I don't see it. They're gonna have to make me believe it. And Jerry just looked like a jackass. He didn't want to pay the money. He didn't want to budge. Micah called his bluff, and that was just pride and narcissism. So, in my opinion,
See, this is an effect that ain't nobody talking about with this trade. Schematically, every team you play, offensive, defense, okay, we got a scheme around this player. For the Dallas Cowboys, every team had a scheme around Michael Parsons.
Exactly.
So how you scheme around Micah is you slide protection over to him. He's either going to be double teamed or he's going to get chipped. If since he played the end, the tackle is going to cover him, the tight end's going to chip, and if he's going too crazy, then the running back's going to have to chip. A la Aaron Donald. We've seen Aaron Donald get double teamed, triple teamed every play. Everybody
Mm-hmm.
schemed to him. So now with Micah's gone, everybody can just go one-on-one. You ain't got to scheme for nobody. You just play one-on-one. The tight end's going to be free. The running back's going to be free. Everybody's just one-on-one. Remember, the best man wins. So, hey, again, 12 sacks just walked out the door. 12 sacks in the past 4 years just walked out the door. I want to know who's going to replicate that. That's on the Cowboys right now. Right now.
Nope.
I don't see
You know
it.
what I mean?
I like James Houston. I like the kid they got from Boston College. Now, right now, I don't see him getting that. He may do that in a couple of years, but he's a
Not now.
rookie, so I don't see it.
Yeah. And so the Cowboys ain't trying to win right now. That's what it sounds like. I guess they ain't trying to win right now then. Because
That's what it sounds like.
if you trade Michael Parsons and you say you got better, that's like trading a prime Julius Pepper saying you got better. Hey, Brent Fox. If Brent Fox still here? No, he gone. If you traded TJ Watt right now, do y'all get better? Your defense got better if you trade TJ Watt?
No.
What the Houston Texans going to trade a prime JJ Watt? Again, the Cowboys end up trading for Charles Haley from the win the Super Bowl. So Jerry know what to do. I guess he's more focuses nowadays on penis size than actually is playing. But anyways, that's no story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and for for people to say that former Saints first round pick Peyton Turner, he gonna help fill a void of Michael Parsons. Are you effing crazy? If he was that guy, guess what? He would still be in New Orleans.
Facts.
He is not. I mean, first of all, he couldn't stay healthy, and second of all, he never really panned out as a pass rusher. And the irony is, the last multiple sack game he had was when the Saints starting quarterback that just retired during the offseason, when he was with the Raiders. That was the last multiple sack game that Peyton Turner had. So Peyton Turner is not going to replace Michael Parsons. You cannot replace that level of production. There's no way it's going to happen.
The same way the Raiders are not trading Max Crosby. Is Crosby available? No. And you know what I mean? When you have a player like that, you're not trading them. Are you serious? The Raiders not going to trade Max Crosby and say, "Oh yeah, we got better." Man, stop it! You lying to yourself. Stop it.
Unless one thing we're missing, fellas, unless they trying to be dog shit on purpose.
For what?
You know what? You know all these teams talking about. Well, look at all the talent that's gonna be in next year's draft. Blah 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 blah. All that bullshit. So now you got a problem. I know they ain't looking for no quarterback because Lenore Sellers and Archie Manning. Lenore Sellers didn't play all that great today, even though they gonna win this game. Archie Manning looked like a practice squad QB. No, he don't. He looked like a
XFL.
UFL
Oh, yeah,
UFL
NFL. Yeah,
QB.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and Carson Beck, we ain't seen him play yet.
Who played today?
The dude from Penn State, I think they played a Division two school. So, of course, his numbers ain't. I don't believe he gonna be it. So, if you did this on purpose, let's just say for sake they did this just to get first round draft pick. What? Why are you lying and telling all your fans that you're trying to win, and then that you got better? You know what I'm saying? So, like Town just said,
Yeah, it's crazy, man. And just to make a correction, Drew Allen and Penn State played Nevada, which they're Division One, but they're not the cream of the crop. So yeah,
okay, so
they play somebody that's more competitive than that. But yeah, man, this is a mess. Uh, J the Six right now. Sellers is slightly above Joe Milton, who they already have, and now he could be better. Now, could he be better?
That's not saying much. Slightly invert, and I'm rooting with Joe Milton,
Yeah.
but I'm not. That's not saying much, bro.
It's not. But I understand what he's saying, but to your point, yeah, yeah. But fellas, we got football, NFL football season, the first game of the actual regular season coming up Thursday. Again, actually, those Cowboys who we've been talking shit about, and the Eagles, Cowboys and Eagles
Ooh,
on Thursday.
that's a bad game. Ooh, and they got one of the best offensive line in the league.
Yep. And then
Man, Hurst
Friday,
gonna be standing back there all day making breakfast. You know what I'm saying? Making coffee. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Putting sugar in their oatmeal, all type. Oh my god!
I'm gonna go down the line real fast on these games coming up, man. For game one, get our prediction. Uh, game one, Cowboys versus Eagles. Who you got, Big Joe?
Fly, Eagles, fly.
Coach,
Jalen Hurts and the Eagles did it.
JB.
Eagles by curve stomp.
Damn, got the Eagles too. Chiefs and Chargers Friday.
Ooh, Chiefs and Chargers.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. I'm gonna say Chargers.
Okay, okay.
I'm gonna say Chargers.
Coach,
I'm going with Patty Mahomes and the Chiefs.
JB.
Oh man, I'm gonna go with my head. Chiefs. My heart saying Chargers, but I think the Chargers are always give them a tough game. I'm gonna go Chiefs though. I think they
I'm,
find a way to win.
I'm I'm gonna go with Big Joe. I got the Chargers because I think the combination of Najee Harris and Omarion Hampton is gonna weigh on that defense, and it's gonna open up the passing lanes. All right, Dolphins Colts. Who you got, Big Joe?
Uh, well, I gotta say Dolphins because the Colts. Yeah, never mind. I'm sorry, Dolphins.
Okay. Uh, JB.
Colts. If they just run the shit out the ball, make what's your boy name? Quarterback from the Giants.
Oh, you believe?
Daniel Jones.
You believe in Daniel Jones, huh? Okay,
Hell no, hell no.
okay,
Mm.
okay.
I don't know, but I believe in JT though. Jonathan Taylor. Make sure that boy get 25 carries. Nothing
Mhm.
crazy. I think that coach defense is going to be much better than what people think. I got the coach.
Coach.
Dolphins.
Okay, I got the Colts. As long as Daniel Jones don't try to be Superman, give it to Jonathan Taylor, that'll be all right. Okay. Oh, we going into Brent Fox's team. Steelers versus Jets. Who you got?
Mm. See, Aaron Rodgers a quarterback. Justin Fields a quarterback. They both got black. They both got black head coaches. I'm going with the Jets.
Okay. Coach.
I think it'll be an upset, but I'm going with the Jets.
Okay. JB.
I want to say Jets, but I just believe that I think that the Steelers gonna win, man. I don't. I think that Steelers defense is gonna be really good. The Jets defense gonna be good too, but I just see Justin Fields gonna make a mistake uh, deep in the game. It's gonna be a close
I
game,
don't know.
and
I don't know. Ramsey's a little older now. This is like his third or some team, third or fourth team now.
yeah, he playing with
Is Cam Hayward playing? Is he still holding out?
yeah, he's playing. Oh, whoa, that's a good point. I don't know if he's
Yeah,
still holding out.
I don't know. I think he's still holding out, ain't he?
He like 36 talking about some holding out. He ain't never gonna get that money. Well, they may not have a choice because their first round draft pick is out for the year from Oregon.
Out for a couple of months. He's not out for the year. He's not out for
Really? I thought
about yeah,
then I watched the wrong source. Then my bad. Okay, just for a couple of months. Okay. Um. I got the Steelers. I think the Steelers is gonna be close.
Don't underestimate the determination of a team not wanting you and you going back to play him again. I'm just saying.
also you going back like a revenge game. Kind of okay, I see what you're saying.
I'm
Could
just
be. I
saying.
just
No, I'm not knocking it. I'm not knocking it. I'm not debating you. I just feel like the Steelers can pull it out, but I will not be surprised if the Jets win. But if just to make a pick, got the Steelers, unfortunately.
I think Steelers gonna win.
Panthers Jaguars.
Who?
Panthers
Oh,
Jaguars.
and they well Travis Hunter's playing, so I don't know what he's playing, but he's playing. Bryce Young, the QB. Whew, that's now I sound like JB now. Don't know what to pick. Let me see. I'll go with the Panthers.
Jags.
Okay. JB.
Panthers. I trust Bryce Young more than I trust Trevor Lawrence.
I got the Panthers as well. And go look at it in the chat. Uh, Brent Fox says Eagles 28-10. Uh, depends on who at home. J Bar say, cause he a coach fan. He said, "Oh, that's cold, Brandon, coach and Joe."
Hey, man, y'all got Daniel Jones. You keep man. I ain't pick him. Y'all signed him $19 million.
For real.
Yeah, that man $19 million. What you want me to do?
That's true. That is true. Cardinals Saints.
Mm.
Saints.
hey, coach, man, who's your quarterback?
Oh, Spencer Rattler.
Oh man, okay, South Carolina. Okay. Where are they playing at?
Saints.
They playing in New Orleans? Cardinals.
JB.
Cardinals gonna beat the dog shit out the Saints.
Unfortunately, I'm sorry, coach. I got the Saints too. I got the Cardinals too. I hope Spencer Rattler makes believe out of me, man.
Spencer Rattler is a good backup quarterback. He gonna be in the league for years, but he gonna. I think the Arizona defense should be improved, and as long as they don't have Kyler Murray doing a lot of stuff, they should. And they got a good running game too, and they got good receivers. So it depends, because Cardinals is one of them teams they can be really good and really bad. So, but I'm not surprised if the Saints win, but I'm going with the
The
Cardinals.
Cardinals does not move me at all. So I'm going with the Saints. I think Spencer
I,
Rattler is
I
surprising.
bet you is, coach. I bet you is.
Well, time gonna tell, Big Joe.
If you is going with the Saints, yeah. Let me find out now. Let me find out you got that paper bag on your head now. Let me find out now.
Hey, just like I said, it was Southern. It could get pretty ugly pretty quick now. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
Already.
Um, Giants, Commanders. I think I know who everybody gonna pick.
Yeah, no. Redskins, yeah. I got the Redskins.
Big
Commanders.
JB.
Commanders by just bending over and just ass
Good,
whooping.
good Lord.
Damn.
Damn,
I'm
bend
talking
over.
about.
Good
I'm
Lord.
talking about the ass whooping. You been in school all day acting a fool, and the teacher call your daddy, and your daddy say, "Wait till you get home, ass whooping."
Hey, JB, let me help you out. You ain't gotta bend nobody over no more. So just
For real.
the term is belt the ass. Just say
Yeah, that's
belt
what I was finna say.
just say belt the ass, brother. You
Belt
I
the
know what you
know,
mean.
ass,
no,
bend over, bend
okay,
over.
no Epstein over here. No Epstein now. Yeah.
Oh, you going that route? Okay, I
Oh,
see what
okay.
you're saying. Belt the ass. Belt.
No. Okay, all right, go ahead. Okay, yeah. Okay. Commanders, yeah.
Commanders, belt to ass.
Mm.
Buccaneers, Falcons.
Ooh. Oh no, I gotta go the young blood. Michael Penix Jr. Go Falcons.
Too bad they can't have a damn tie because I don't like neither one of them. But I'm gonna go with
Damn.
the Falcons.
I want Michael Penix to do well, but unfortunately, I got the Bucks.
Okay. Baker Mayfield. Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have faith in the Falcons defense. Um,
Mm.
I gotta see. They gotta show me. JB.
Same. I got Baker Mayfield. As long as Baker Mayfield got Chris Godwin and Mike Evans and some good running backs over there, Bucky Irvin and what was his name, James White or something like that. Not James White, but
Rashad White.
number one, Rashad White. They gonna give Atlanta some problems.
Okay. Bengals, Browns.
Bengals.
Oh, I definitely want the Bengals to win. Yeah, the Bengals gonna win. Yeah.
JB.
The Bengals gonna beat the dog shit out the Browns.
Yeah, Bengals still ain't got no defense now. You know what I mean? So hey, hey.
He gonna give up 30,
Joe
score 50.
Joe Flacco gonna throw a pick six
Oh
with
man.
2 minutes left in the game. What?
Man, he might return back to the Super Bowl winning Flacco now. You never know now.
Shit. That ain't happening.
Shit.
No, they
Shit.
Father Tom is undefeated for a reason.
It sure is.
Y'all gonna see so many hospital balls.
Oh man. Throw him
Flacco in his
high,
mind
throw him
still think he
low.
got it.
Yeah. Throw him late. Yeah.
Yeah, I got Bengals, but it's gonna be close because Joe Flacco
Yeah.
gonna with them athletes
My,
coming off the edge, he gonna panic.
Miles Garrett's gonna have a field day.
Yeah,
Miles Garrett might have 3 sacks.
he will. He's still
Mhm.
gonna they gonna still gonna lose.
Oh yeah,
Um,
for sure. Yeah.
uh, Raiders, Patriots.
I got the Raiders.
Raiders. Shout out to Geno Smith.
Raiders, JB.
Raiders. I don't. I like Drake. Drake name my boy, but I don't. I don't know what the Patriots gonna look like this year, man.
Yeah. 49ers, Seahawks. Brock
Oh,
Purdy.
here we go.
Mr. Shelton.
Uh, I'm going. Oh man, put it. I'm going to have to say Seahawks.
I got
None do
Seahawks.
what
I got
they ain't
Seahawks
none
too.
of ain't none of Niners wide receivers healthy. Who we gonna throw the ball to? Chris McCaffrey just come back from injury. We don't know what he's gonna do yet. So I got to the Seahawks.
I got the Seahawks too.
I got Seahawks as well. Who you got, JB?
Man, I hope the Seahawks beat the dog shit out the 49ers. Nigga,
Hey, y'all can't forget
look,
about Brock Purdy now. Mr. Shelton
Brock Purdy
decides.
ain't gonna have no. I think the Seahawks gonna have an improved defense. Um, 49ers, I don't. Do they even got anybody over there like that other than Fred Warner on the defensive side? Didn't they trade away all their good players?
Pretty much. Yeah, they ain't got
They
they don't
they
have Debo. They got
they
keep
still
Brandon. They
they,
have Brandon Ayuk.
they still got Trent Williams, but I heard he was getting dogged out in camp by Bosa. So we gonna see. We gonna see what he look like this year.
And Trent Williams up
Oh
there.
yeah, yeah, Trent about
Yeah,
50
yeah,
years
yeah,
old up there,
yeah.
still
Trent
playing.
like 39, 40 for sure. Yeah, he got some wear and tear for sure. And he was hurt last year too.
He trying to go out like Jason Peters. You remember Jason Peters
Yeah,
played till he 42.
yeah.
Uh, Titans Broncos.
Mm. ah,
Broncos.
I got Broncos.
ooh, Lord have mercy. My my heart is telling me to go with the young blood, but in reality, the Titans ain't nowhere ready yet. The Broncos is ready to go. So go ahead, Bo Nix and Broncos.
I got Titans. Now by
That
a
ain't
lot.
that ain't your heart. That ain't your heart time. That's that heartburn. All them tacos you ate last week. That man. Look, I like old boy from
Cam Ward.
Tennessee, Cam Ward. They
Mm-hmm.
not ready yet. They not ready yet. I think they're gonna surprise a lot of people this year. Uh, if we wrong, if I'm wrong, I'll gladly come back here next show and um, after week one and say and give love and eat crow and give love to the brother, but I don't see it.
I still got the Titans. Um, Lions Packers.
I'm going with
Mm.
the Lions on that one.
Lions.
Mm. Where they playing at?
They are playing at Packers. The Packers. Green Bay.
Lambeau Field.
Mm.
Yep, Lambeau Field.
I still got the Lions.
I don't think Micah has been in long enough to know they playbook. Unless they just gonna say, nigga, just chase the quarterback.
Pretty
But
much that's all you need to tell him.
Yeah.
other than that, I think the Lions gonna run the ball. And they got two headed monster with Gibbs and Montgomery back there. And Jared Goff is a great elite game manager. He's gonna put the ball where it needs to be for his receiver, and for the most part, not throw any picks. So I'm going with Detroit.
The Lions are gonna be scratching and clawing, and when they fall on the floor, they're gonna bite your kneecaps. I got the Lions.
I got Lions too. I don't think the Packers. Packers. It's gonna be close though. But I got the Lions.
Love gonna throw about 2 picks. I love the brother, but he a true gunslinger. He ain't no throw he don't like. He gonna throw that. He gonna throw about 2 picks along with 3 or 4 touchdowns, man. So
Yeah. And them two picks might decide the game. So yeah, you're right.
yep.
Uh, Texas Rams.
Ooh.
That's a good one, ain't it?
Yeah, I
I'm
think
going
This ain't
Rams. I don't. I don't know what that offensive line gonna look like. If CJ got a good old line in front of him, he may get some Rams some issues. But they traded away Tunsil, and I think that Rams defensive line gonna be good. So I got Rams.
I got the Texans.
I got Texans too.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Ain't Stafford? Don't Stafford got his back is hurting or something like that? He got
I
a
was
disc
about to
issue.
say that. I'm about to say that. Their
So who
backup
they
quarterback,
second quarterback?
their
Stetson.
backup is
Stetson Bennett.
Stanson Bennett.
I got the Texans then.
That
Yeah, I got the Texans. Let's
nigga
go,
gonna switch
CJ.
it up quick.
Let's go, CJ. Yeah, he so did, didn't he?
Uh, okay, our game. Ravens Bills
Where's it at?
at at the Bills in
Mm.
Buffalo.
I'm
Ain't
gonna
this
let
a
everybody else go first.
ain't this a repeat of the AFC Championship game?
Sure is.
The division game, yeah.
Mm. Hey, I am my brother's keeper. L1C4. Let's go, Lamar Jackson.
Yes,
That ain't
sir.
hard one for. That ain't hard for me. I don't know about other
Yes,
folks around here.
yes, sir. Coach.
Yeah, yeah. I want Lamar to do well, but I'm gonna keep it a brick. I think the Bills gonna win.
Oh, you
Oh,
disappointed me, Coach.
Lord have mercy.
Hey, y'all, a lot of y'all me tell y'all the truth.
I
I
hope
want him
Southern
to do
lose by
well.
50 next week, nigga.
Hey, I want him to do well, but I think the Bills are gonna win. Hey, guess what? I picked them for the playoff game, and guess what? The Bills won. So hey, the Bills gonna win.
He got a fair point, but let that man have his pick. That was funny as hell.
Boy, I was Prince Spencer Rattler breaks a leg, nigga. Go ahead. All right, whatever.
I mean, hey, that ain't gonna change
Mm,
nothing.
yeah.
Hey,
I'm messing with
hey,
you. Now,
hey, hey,
And Bills are
Spencer
a
Rattler
solid
coming
team,
to
bro.
AW. If we could get him to double dip and come to AW first, then I'm rocking with him. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
I hear you.
No. Bills are solid. The Bills ain't nobody been talking about the Bills, man. So they might do
Yeah,
something
Oh,
this week.
Bills.
Bill's a force to be working with. Now,
Yeah.
all
Oh,
jokes aside,
yeah.
so I'm playing with Coach, but I understand
No,
why
yeah,
he
yeah,
picked me.
no. Bills ain't no hold now for sure. They
No.
ain't no hold.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Baltimore gonna beat the dog shit out the Bills. Nah, it's gonna be a close game. So it's gonna be a close game.
Yeah.
Um, well, I see B more losing this game. If number one, I think the guard spot still bothers me. Um, Voorhees and Falele in the playoff game, they were getting um pushed back by smaller D linemen. Ed Oliver is not a big lineman. You shouldn't get pushed back by Ed Oliver. Even though he good, he's more of a pass rushing DT, but whatever. Um, it depends, man, what that line of scrimmage looking like. But as long as we got LA, all things is possible, baby. You know what I'm saying? I
Yes,
think
Lord.
we got weapons. We gonna have Zay Flowers. We didn't have Zay Flowers in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And then hopefully we don't abandon run, and we should beat their ass, whoop their ass. In the playoffs, when we didn't turn the ball over, we scored anytime we wanted. So I don't see that changing. And in the regular season, we dog walked their ass. So it is what it is.
All right.
Be
All right.
more.
You know what it is. I got faith in the Ravens, so hopefully they come out with the win. I got the Ravens too. And the last game of week 1 for the NFL, Vikings versus Bears.
Mm,
Mm.
I got the Bears.
I got the Bears. I don't. I think JJ they trying to. Man, let me find out that Sam Darnold was a better quarterback than J.J. McCarthy. I don't know. I don't know. It depends. It all depends on how J.J. McCarthy looks. It all depends. Now, I'm gonna say this: that boy over there in Chicago, Williams, he looked good. He looked good. And then they got some weapons over there, but I don't. That defense, it should look good, but that that defense should look good, but I don't know, man. The Bears is one of them teams. They can either be really bad or really good. It depends. Depends on who coaching them too. So that dude that was coaching them last year was terrible. Who deserved to get fired. But
All right, so
I'm going with the Bears.
okay, so Cole said the Bears. JB got the Bears. So who you pick again, Big Joe?
Man, what they playing at?
They are playing at Chicago.
I say Vikings. I'm not sold on Caleb Williams like that yet. I'm not. JJ McCartney was the starter before he got hurt, so they see something in him. Ain't nobody said nothing bad about him as far as the players. So you know, let's go Michigan. We'll see what he's gonna do. That's Harbaugh's boy. We're gonna see more of that tutelage than paid off. I got the Vikings.
Uh, I want to say Bears, but I'm gonna go ahead with Vikings. I'm gonna go with Vikings edging it out. But I think Caleb Williams gonna have a monster of a game though. And salute Dexter Fuqua. He said, "Hell yeah, Archie Manning overrated." Okay, yeah, we already touched on that, man. But I agree with you. Definitely agree
I
with you.
miss I missed that portion.
Oh yeah. So yeah, before we get out of here, I gotta get you your opinion on two topics. So
Okay.
one is Bama's program prestige, the fear gone.
Absolutely. The fear is gone. You can blame the NIL for that. There's a reason why Nick Saban left. All the talent that all the talent like LSU and Alabama and all them schools were able to hoard for years and years. I mean, you had Trent Williams and Trent Richardson and you had Mark Ingram in the same backfield. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? So those days of everybody going there, the days of Nick Saban putting his rings on the table, saying if you want to play for Alabama, get one of these rings, you come here. Those days are gone. You know what I mean? So the definitely the fear is gone for sure. Ain't nobody fear of this new coach. You know, again, this is the same coach who left his team in the thief of the night. He was a coach at Washington. They lost the national championship game. He didn't even have an exit meeting with his team. His team didn't know that he even left until they saw him on TV wearing some Alabama gear. But they didn't even know that he was gone. So when you have a coach who's dirty like that, you know that stench is gonna follow you wherever you go. So yeah, the fear factor is gone. When you see Alabama linebackers getting tossed in the air and getting dog walked, yeah, that's a wrap. All that talent is spread out now. You even got Alabama players on Colorado right now. So so yeah, it's a wrap for them. So I heard the head coach's buyout of 70 million. Uh, uh I got a reason. He might not be here by the end of this year, but yeah, no, the fear is gone for sure.
Yeah, like me and Coach, we touched on in past shows. Yeah, and there's no longer gonna be like the 2000 and 2001
Mm-mm,
Miami where you have
mm-mm,
extra Edrin
mm-mm.
James and behind him is Frank Gore and
Willie
Willis
McGinnis,
McGahee
McGahee,
And you
and
got
yeah.
Najee
Jeremy Shockey and
Davenport,
Kellen Winslow.
Jeremy Shockey, yeah. Mm-hmm.
and
Them
then
days are gone.
A young freshman Ed Reed, and then Sean Taylor, and
No, them days
yeah,
are gone.
yeah, them days gone.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next question I got for you, Big Joe, is Arch Manning overrated?
I can't say he's overrated. He never was rated to begin with me. I mean, you have
Mm,
a player who only played a handful of games last year, and it was against scrub teams. I mean, it's not like he played in the most important games. They had him play against some teams that was semi okay, and he played pretty good. And they had a lot of talent at Texas that's now in the NFL, so they made him seem like they literally said, "Ewers, you're out. We're giving Arch Manning the keys next year." I mean, since everybody's talking about these NIL deals, nobody's talking about Arch Manning having a $6 to $8 million NIL deal, but they want to
Why I
talk about
see.
Shador.
Oh,
Everybody want to talk about Shador and his $4 million. You know what I mean? So
I already
he's the
said he
most.
was overpaid, Big Joe.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh yeah. So he's the most. Oh, he is getting paid $6 to $8 million, and he only give you a 58 QBR rating. So to me, he's not overrated because he never was rated to begin with. They're trying to push him to be the generational talent when he's barely even a starter. So I mean, you're on a team like Texas where you're getting this big push, big marketing, big budget. They literally when they recruit players, they have Lamborghinis lined up outside, so they got the money. But then again, you have a 58 QBR rating. You throw balls behind players. I've seen a lot of nerves in that game. His arm, this live arm that I've been hearing about all off season, I ain't see it. I seen the skittish quarterback who never got comfortable and is a little bit above it, a little bit over his head. Now, when he had the interview and said that that there's a bullseye in all the teams and everything, everybody loved that quote. But that that age like milk in the sun, it got spoiled real quick. So I expect Arch Manning in Texas to have a good game against San Jose State next. That's who they playing against next, San Jose State. And San Jose State just lost to a Central Michigan Chippewas. You know what I mean? So the only chips I know is potato chips. You got Lay's, you got Ruffles has Ridges, you got Cheetos, you got Doritos. I mean, those are, obviously Tostitos. You get the queso dip. That's on point. Those are the only chips I know. So San Jose State lost to the Chippewas, so I expect him to get dog walked by Texas. But that don't mean still that he's a generational talent. That don't mean anything. That means that when it's time for him to play against the bright lights, he wasn't ready to go. You had all off season like everybody else to play, and you ain't show up. So you're supposed to be a generational talent. That means you're supposed to carry the team by yourself, a la a Cameron Jarrell Newton who did that. You dig what I'm saying? That's generational talent. So, and you've been there for a couple years now, and you still ain't ready to go. So I want to know is who fault is that? Is that coaching or is that on you? Oh yeah, I forgot. Your father is the Manning brother that didn't make it to the NFL. So I guess you are your I guess
Oh,
I guess you are your I guess
Mm,
you are I guess you are your father's son. You know what I mean?
damn.
So hey, only reason why he getting this smoke from me because everybody has smoke for Shador. So hey, to me, he's not overrated. He's never been rated to begin with. We gotta stop telling these kids that they're this and that and the third. I want to bring back the days of show and prove. You got to show me that you're a generational talent. You got to show me you're a Heisman hopeful. You can't be a Heisman hopeful with a 58 QBR unless we're going to start curving the score now and bringing the value down of the Heisman Trophy. If we're going to do that, then let me know. But yeah, no, I don't see it. So he's not overrated. He's not underrated. To me, he's not just rated. He's just a regular guy playing quarterback at Texas. Now we see why Quentin Ewers was starting last year. There's a
Mm.
reason for that. You know what I mean? And y'all kicked that man out because it was Arch Manning's turn. You might want to see if you want to come back, but it might be a little bit too late now. So y'all gonna have to rest
Too
on y'all
late. He already
laurels.
done played it down in
Yeah.
the NFL, so
Hey.
not too late.
Well, it looked like. Let me find out that Texas is gonna be hitting the transfer portal real soon. Let me find out because I don't see it.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. By the way, since everybody was talking about Shador and laughing at hashtag legendary and haha, well hashtag 1 2 3 not it. Hashtag adopted Manning. Hashtag um um hashtag no hook'em horns. Um hashtag who's your number two? Go ahead, Jared.
that's what Dusty, and that's what Dusty Football put in the chat. He said Arch Manning is adopted.
Yeah, you don't give him the question about Colorado.
Oh, yes. So will Colorado's coaching be their downfall?
Mm, I would say yes. Colorado has not shown me that they can make adjustments. They have shown me that they can bring in talent. They have an all-star coaching staff. So you got Marshall Falk as your running back coach. Marshall Falk's a Hall of Famer. You got Picao as the D line coach. He was the top D lineman playing. You got Warren Sapp, who was a pass rush specialist. So you have guys with credentials out there. But what you really need to do is take out Pat Schumer and put in Byron Leftwich. That's who needs to be calling plays. So I don't know what Dion's allegiance to him is, but that ain't it. You gotta be able to adjust when you're playing against teams. And to me, again, coaching is all about developing players. Coaching is about adjusting. Coaching is all about, seeing what's coming ahead. So we're seeing the same things repeatedly at Colorado. They got better players. They got, they got better coaching, but still got the same results. So it seems to me coaching is the issue. And that falls on Deion Sanders because he's the head coach. As the team goes, he goes. So I'm not going to say he don't know how to coach. To me, it looked like they don't know how to adjust. So so I can't say they didn't run the ball. They ran the ball for over about 150 yards, but they passed for about 150 yards too. So and they got in the running game they got gashed for 300 and some yards. So I mean, don't nobody teach the D ends about containment. So none of the linebackers come forward. I mean, y'all had all off the same way I'm giving Archie Manning smoke in Texas. Y'all had all off season to prepare for Georgia Tech. Everybody know what Georgia Tech do. We see what they did to Florida State last year in Dublin. Y'all know what they're gonna do. You still couldn't stop them. So that's coaching. So either that's coaching
In
Yeah,
or they got
Georgia.
and the number one, yeah, the number one defense last year in the nation couldn't stop Georgia Tech.
yeah. So I mean, it's either it's coaching or you got players who are not coachable. Which one is it? Or is it both? So I mean, your DNs got to set the edge. You got to have gap integrity with D linemen, and your linebackers got to come up and tackle. Let me find out that y'all ain't been tackling this whole summer. Or let me find out you ain't got the heart to tackle, or you got D linemen who ain't got the heart to stop the run. So I remember Warren Sapp used to get on Aaron Donald about him not being able to stop the run. It's funny how that's paying forward now. Now that you coaching now. So hey, to me, it looks like it's coaching. It always falls on the coach. Win, lose, or draw, it's the coach.
Yeah, yep, and that's what we touched on before you came on. And my biggest thing, and I'm gonna wrap it up, is their wide receiving core is, in my opinion, the best in the Big 12. And no disrespect to Georgia Tech secondary, I didn't see them holding that wide receiver core for a full 60 minutes. So why Pat Schumer didn't push the ball up the field as far as passing, I don't, beats the hell out of me. Them cute screens
Bubble
and
screens
bubble
and
screens and shit.
dinky
Oh
dunks
my!
and
I am so sick of them damn bubble screens, bro. Bro. I mean, by the time wide receivers do not train to block. I don't care what nobody say. No matter if they're in the weight room or whatever, they cannot hold a block no longer than half a second. Them bubble screens, just get them out of there. Do it. What's wrong with a running back screen? What's wrong with a draw? To me, them bubble screens don't work
What's wrong with a
because
shovel pass?
I mean, what's wrong with just running the ball downhill? What's wrong with a slant? A quick slant. I mean, at least you're going forward. I mean, what's wrong with a curl route? A quick
what's wrong?
curl. Go,
What's wrong?
go
What's
six,
wrong with a
go
middle
six
screen?
yards and turn around. Hey, bro, hey, middle screen. Hey, I mean, I hate those bubble plays because they don't ever work.
No, I say what's wrong with the middle screen? So take
You
your
can do
tight
that
end.
too. You do
Huh?
that too. You can do that too.
Yeah.
Hell, the quarterback got legs. You can do a quarterback draw for all I care.
Yeah, man, it was. Well, we gonna see. We gonna see in the next couple of games if we see the consistent um, bad play calling and bad execution. So we definitely gonna see it, man. Um, but man, bomb ass show today, man. I appreciate you fellas, man. Before we wrap anything up, is there anything else you want to touch on? Anything you fellas want to touch on the topic, or anything you want to announce as far as our topic?
Mm, hmm. Oh,
I I,
oh,
I cooked
yes,
enough.
Lord. Good shout out to Florida State. Shout out to their quarterback who actually had the quote of the year. You know, everybody was talking about Archie Manning and what he said, and how it was so profound, and that was just bars and all that kind of stuff. You know, they asked Tommy Castellano, they asked him about them playing Alabama. And he literally said, he said this in the summer now. He said, they don't have Nick Saban to save them. I just don't see them stopping me.
He did say that. Shout out to Well Off Media.
And he went out there and dog walked them,
Man, he was running
dog
all
walk
over us.
Alabama. So what he said carried weight. So I don't believe none Arch Manning ever say no more. I believe Castellano though.
Man, he ran all over Alabama.
Yes, he did, man. Yes, he did.
That boy
And
been running all over ACC teams. So
yeah, yep, yep.
when he was with Boston College, I mean Brian suck ass Bill O'Brien benched him because he wasn't a pocket quarterback. Just like Bill O'Brien. But anyway,
Right. And salute to my brother, grown with soul. Salute, good brothers, man. Man, I'm
What's
starting my
cracking,
garden.
Cole? What's up, cuz?
Grown with
Man,
soul,
salute
man.
Brown with soul.
Yeah, man. If you want to look into growing something and uh, which right plant to grow or how to get started, please support this brother. Go check him out, man. But y'all, again, good show. Coach 67 Sports TV. Let everybody know where they can meet you and see you.
Well, you can see me every Sunday at 3:30 p.m. Central Standard Time on the Southern Baller Show. You can catch me every Thursday night slash Friday morning on HBCU Fanatics here on this channel. But on my own channel, you can catch me at Coach 67 Sports TV on all social media platforms. For those individuals that's trying to collaborate, catch me at Coach 67 Sports TV at gmail.com. However, I'm primarily on YouTube, Coach 67 Sports TV. Yesterday, I did the post game reaction of Southern versus Mississippi Valley. On Tuesday, I'm going to have episode 3 of the tailgate party. Y'all come through on my channel, rock out with me. And in addition to that, I'm going to finally get around to doing it today. I'm going to do a video about Tank Davis, how you fighting against Jake Paul. So y'all come through, come rock with the boy. Y'all have a blessed and phenomenal and prosperous Labor Day weekend. Have a blessed weekend. Peace and blessings to the family. And salute to the awesome and amazing LDBC. Yeah, they.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Big Joe, let everybody know where they can meet you and see you. And please continue to push the old hill.
Oh yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
And you got to talk about Neff too now. You got to give Neff a shout out too, you know.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. I got you. I got you. Yes, sir. You can catch me on all LDBC platforms, showing love to the brothers and sisters of the mighty. You dig what I'm saying? Shout out to my daughter. I know you're listening right now. Daddy loves you. Shout out to you. She went to the they varsity game last week and they beat the brakes off the team, 59-0. So shout out to my baby
Good stuff.
and whatnot. So yes, sir. We got football back, everybody. You know, so we got college football, we got NFL, the Canadian Football League. They're in week 13 right now, so we got football everywhere you need to go. Support your local high school, support your local colleges, even junior colleges. Go catch a game. Go support the people who are playing. You know, who are coaching and putting time and effort out there. You know, so go and support. You know, and show love to your local sports. Um, Old Hillside Bourbon Company, premium whiskey. You know, one of the best whiskeys out here. We just had a tasting today. You know, with overwhelming support. People brought bottles on the spot. So if you looking for something to sip on, have a nightcap. Old Hillside Bourbon Company. Old Hillside Bourbon Company. Say it 3 times like Umar Johnson. Old Hillside Bourbon Company. You can go on the website and check it out. If you live on the West Coast, it's at Bevmo and Total Wine and More. If you in Hawaii, it's at your local stores. And if you're in North Carolina, it's at your stores over there as well. But you can find it online at oldhillsudbourboncompany.com. Also, shout out to the young homie. Shout out to Xavier. You did a phenomenal video. You know what I mean? Shout out to my homie, my nephew Xavier Boone. You know, so I will post his video in the comments. You know, everybody go ahead and support, watch it. He's an up and coming videographer and photographer. He did a phenomenal short film. You know, so shout out to you,
Yes, he
my
did.
homie Young Boone out here. Yes, sir. Y'all have a great weekend. Football season is back. I don't want to hear nobody crying and complaining about nothing. Y'all go ahead and watch football, and if the lady don't like it, find somebody new for you to love. I'll let you.
I love it. I love it. And JB, what's your lasting words for us, man?
Man, y'all enjoy this Labor Day weekend. A lot of us don't got work tomorrow. Enjoy that day off, man, and sit back and chill with the fam or do what you do. But man, going into the work week, y'all be blessed. Keep striving for your goals, and I catch y'all next episode.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this was another installment of the Southern Baller Show. Y'all be blessed.
Peace and blessings.